Hey, we're Dicey Decisions, a group of friends who really like to crack each other up, and sometimes we even do it while we're actually doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is play Dungeons and Dragons. This is our first stream campaign, Finding Purchase. Set in the world of Tal'Dorei Reborn, these crazy characters, and I mean my friends, not just their characters, will be trying to make their way through the heist adventures and the keys from the Golden Vault. Let's meet the cast.
Oh, hello there. I didn't see you there. My name's Justin. I can't do this anymore. I'm Justin. I'm a network engineer, and I'll be playing your cleric. I hope you really enjoy our show and get into all sorts of shenanigans with us.
Hi, everybody. My name's Daniel. My preferred pronouns are he, him. By day, I'm a healthcare data analyst and freelance writer. And I've been playing D&D in some form or another since the classic Red Box days, late 1970s, early 1980s. And when I'm not gaming or working or spending time with my lovely wife Leslie, I'm an actor in the local theater community. I count cooking, animated films, and rooting for South Florida-based sports teams amongst my greatest passions. And I will be playing Garrick Stillbraid in our adventures. And I want to thank you all for coming on this journey with us. I hope you have a great time.
Hey everybody, I'm Scott. Preferred pronouns he, him. I'm a college professor, lighting designer, and production manager. I've been playing RPGs since the early 80s and currently involved in far too many campaigns as both a DM or a player. I'm also an avid board game player. Now, when not nerding out with friends, I love to cook, and I also love to go hiking. For this campaign, I'll be your DM, and I'm really looking forward to sharing all our dicey decisions with you.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'll be playing Ashrina this campaign. I've only been playing D&D for a couple of years, but I absolutely love it. I'm super excited for you guys to join us on this, what I'm sure will be a chaotic journey.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm an environmental science teacher on the material plane. I'm so honored to jump into this group with these amazing people, and bringing Sliver to life is going to be a real pleasure and a joy. Thanks for coming with us.
I'm Sean. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Kid the Rogue. I've loved playing games since I was old enough to sneak downstairs to the basement and watch my parents playing Treasures of Tarman on the television, so pretty much my whole life. I'm really excited to have this opportunity to play games and tell stories with my friends and to share that with all of you.
So there you have it. Now grab a beverage of choice, maybe a snack, and enjoy all the dicey decisions that we make as we roll into tonight's episode of Finding Purchase.
Balls.
Hey, everybody. We are Dicey Decisions, and welcome to our stream, Finding Purchase. I have a little bit of a lisp tonight. I had some oral surgery done this week, but pushing through it. So my NPCs will all sound very different this evening. So a couple things, announcements real quick. We have finally nailed down our 5 authors for our author adventures one shot that we are taking. 5 fantasy authors playing their main characters from some of their writing and running them through a D&D one shot. So that is scheduled. We're going to be doing that on the evening of November 12th. So that is coming up. Super excited about that. Next week, we will be off for Fighting Purchase. However, we're probably going to do a informal dorky decision session next Friday night. Who knows what shenanigans we'll get up to on that. So we're looking forward to that as well. Otherwise, getting back into the story, when last we left, the group is holed up in Kid's bolt hole somewhere secreted in the city of Emon. They have retrieved the stolen painting back from the Myriad, and in doing so, managed to burn the Myriad Safe House down to the cinders.
What safe house?
It's called Reclaiming the Land for Nature.
We were testing the alacrity of the fire response in Emon.
They failed.
Tal'Dorei fire drill.
The clasp has warned you all to lay low, and that is what you have been doing. Your friend Megonius was called away, so he was able to sneak off. Garrick has returned after safely seeing to the safety of the horses. No horses were killed in the ensuing heist or preceding heist. No horses were killed, so and you are in possession of a sentient painting. But
I was
first,
probably really excited to be hanging on the wall of my shack in the slums.
but first, Kid, why don't you describe what kind of environment that you guys are all holed up in?
It's not much. So like most tenement buildings, it is very ramshackle. It is sort of a rambling structure of essentially makeshift shanties and shacks. On the inside, you definitely notice that there have been walls removed. Some things have been sort of dug out. It's much different looking on the inside than it is on the outside. There are several back doors, a small tunnel, and other than that, it's basically just a mattress on the floor, a rack of weapons, various and sundry, disguises, everything from, mendicants' rags to merchants' finery, just sort of, hanging around the place, wigs and things like that, forgery equipment, a small alembic set up for making poisons. This is definitely, it looks like function over form, for lack of a better word. It is much more secure on the inside than it looks. The outside is definitely looks very ramshackle, but inside the walls are chinked up and windows are boarded over. It's much like the Myriad Safe House in that there doesn't seem to be a very easy point of egress.
Wait, so are we burning this house to the ground too?
I hope not. I mean, I don't pay much for it, so you're welcome to, but it is a lot of wood around here, so I imagine burning this house down would likely burn down several of the other ramshackle tenements nearby. It's not what you'd call up to code.
If anybody asked if it was a controlled burn.
Right. Is there anything special anybody wants to do with their downtime while they are forcibly being told to lay low?
So, what do I do with 2 dead myriad bodies? Kid, should we just keep them in the purse? Do we have cleaners? Do we have scene cleaners?
Probably. But we
I would
can't
think so.
we can't leave, so it kind of does make body disposal a little bit difficult given
Do you have a fireplace, Kid?
No, we don't want to burn them yet. I think somebody needs to look at them. Do you think pocket dimensions are like vacuums? Do people deteriorate in vacuums?
Just dig a deep hole.
In your house?
Are we on the first floor?
Yeah. It's sort of dirt floor, it's not like
That's just inviting like maggots and bugs. And
Yeah, you don't
Not
want
if you dig,
flies.
you
Not if
really
you
don't
dig
want that.
not if you dig a deep enough hole.
No, we'll just leave them in my purse for now. I'm sure Pocket Dimension will keep those bodies fresh.
I'm going to say this, kid, and I mean this with all due respect. The fact that you said that with such confidence has me concerned.
Are you worried about them staying fresh?
Well, I figure we should probably be showing someone, maybe not Elix. Maybe I don't really give a shit about Elix, but the other lady, she's
There's
kind of a
magic.
big deal.
There's magic to
might
preserve a
s-
body.
Is there?
Dusk might send a good message.
Do you know said magic?
I can prepare it on the next dawn.
Okay.
If that's something you wish me to do, it will prevent decay and basically keep it in stasis. We could also talk to the corpses, ask them questions if we wanted information.
What other kind of information do you think is pertinent?
The location of the other safe houses.
Who else runs
But they
them?
don't have to tell us that.
They don't have to.
They also,
we also don't have to tell them the truth.
have to make yourself look like somebody else. Because they'll recognize you as a bad person.
I'm pretty sure at least 3 of you can look like other people on a whim. Maybe 4 of you. Maybe I'm the only one that stands out like a sore thumb.
I can't change what I look like.
So maybe it's Garrick and I that stand out like a sore thumb and Pinky.
I mean, if you think about it, that kind of fits our aesthetic. If you want to be honest.
Which one's which?
The pinky's a little finger, so I think that would make Tarlin the pinky.
Does that make Ashrina the middle finger?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I don't think there was a doubt.
Checks out.
Yeah.
we can,
I mean, it doesn't really matter. We can either take them out of my purse and put them like under the beds or something, or we can leave them in the purse till whoever comes over and claims them. I just don't want them in a purse longer than they need to be because they're kind of fucking heavy and my purse has a weight limit.
Actually, I have an idea.
That scares me.
I'd like to go over to the painting, and I would like to attune to it.
Okay, so you take some time. And
Yeah, I'm basically just going to put my hand on the frame and close my eyes and try and bond with it magically.
all right. So,
Yeah, Tarlin would.
in doing so, you learn the properties of this particular painting. The first thing is obviously you already knew that this painting was sentient. Constantori's is very much a vain, condescending aristocrat. He likes to be complimented. He hates to be kept out of sight. He hates to be covered. But you also know that when you're attuned to him, you can command him to guard the location against anyone you want. Meaning, you could say, if anyone comes in here but my friends, attack them. Which is what you believe happened when Ashrina uncovered the painting. Um, he can cast Magic Missile 3 times per day. And that is how he will attack. So it's limited, but it is some level of defense. In addition, he hears and sees whatever you would hear and see if you were standing where he's hung. So he's got a ton of information. And he doesn't age, so therefore he's been around a while and he's got a lot of information.
So once I'm attuned to him, I would like to start up a conversation.
I suppose you're going to find me a better suitable environment than this hovel.
Damn.
Yes, I don't enjoy being here either. I could use a warm bath, but this is a temporary measure. The people that took you were not good people.
I figured as much since, I was enjoying the lovely environment of Lou's front room for several years, and he had such lovely musicians. There was always a smell of lovely incense burning in the air.
He was a kobold of taste.
Yes, I hope he's okay.
Luckily, we were there.
Oh, good. Well, I don't know what happened. I got ripped off the wall and thrown into a sack.
Well, how familiar are you with the political dynamic between the Myriad and the Clasp?
Well, as far as I'm aware, the Myriad is a newcomer in this region. They are based out of Wildmount, I believe. And they are trying to make their way in Taldore with some good effect, it seems. Rivals, as it were, I would suppose, is the best way to put those organizations.
That's fair. The Myriad is who took you.
All right. Makes sense. I mean, I have tons of information. I'm quite important.
We're probably going to be either gathering the information from you ourselves, or you'll be transferred in ownership to our superiors. But I wanted to get to know you now so that you wouldn't think you're in any kind of danger, or that we want to harm you, or that you would harm any of these wonderful people that I call my friends.
Well, I mean, I have no reason to. I was not compelled once my former acquaintance took her last breath. I was free of that control, so I was no longer compelled to attack anyone. And until you tell me to, I'm not a violent person. I just kind of want to live my life. And
now, I apologize if this is offensive, or I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Are you Constatory, or is there something else I should call you?
No, that is my name.
Okay, excellent. Constatory, you have decades, if not centuries, of knowledge that I have a very interesting question to bring to your expertise.
Well, if I can answer it, I gladly will.
Do dead bodies decay in extra-dimensional space?
Huh.
What is... Yes, it's like Jeopardy question.
What is God?
Because it's not really a topic that has come up much over the years. I am not a practitioner of the arcane arts nor necromantic arts either, so I'm not sure what would happen in that set of circumstances?
I was just curious if you knew, because we don't, and it might become relevant in a few days.
We're all gonna learn together.
That's actually a good point. Do we want to gentle repose one of them and not the other and see what happens?
Are we doing science experiments now? We need a control?
Are you volunteering to
purse.
go?
What if it makes the inside of my purse stink?
Oh, fine, I will gentle repose both of them.
Does it take a spell slot?
It will take 2.
It
I
doesn't
don't
seem
think
like
it's-
we're going anywhere for the next couple of days. I mean,
But
unless you want
It's
to
only 2 spell slots. On one of the days will last 10 days. So it's a 10-day cycle of preservation.
Is that
Oh,
one of those
okay.
spells where you can upcast and get 2 people?
No, I would just have to use 2 second-level slots.
Okay.
Well, Constatory,
I'm
I
so
greatly-
glad I do not have the sense of smell anymore, because that would be terrible.
not yet. I mean, you're an intelligent fellow. You can ascertain that we're asking for a reason.
Right, and please don't put me in the same bag.
Oh, no.
No,
I
you're.
would-
I think you're too big for my bag.
And
Quite
too
Quite right.
glamorous and
Yes.
fancy.
Yes, I should be on display. As a matter of fact, I should be on display somewhere with some much better lighting than this place.
I think
Open a
the
window or
general.
something.
I'll cast light on the top of the frame.
Oh, and like aim down, like
It's like a museum.
ah. You just hear this huge sigh of relief.
Dangle the truck nuts.
From the corners. I will continue having small talk, nothing of like import. Just general, like my curiosity with him is going to be around the rise and fall of religions that he's seen while I'm hanging him on the wall in Kid's hovel.
Okay. Yeah, he'll definitely make that level of talk with you, and he loves to sound intelligent.
Mhm.
So he will continue to talk about that. You do also realize something I left out. You can telepathically communicate with him, and he with you, as long as you are on the same plane of existence while you are attuned to him.
Oh.
That's really cool.
So this is all out loud. You're all
Mhm.
hearing a voice, right? But to Tarlin, he can telepathically communicate with you, and anything that he considers like private information, that's how he tells you.
So Tarlin could all of a sudden just start, humming or whistling and continue his conversation mentally.
Right.
But as of right now, no. And if anyone else has questions for the great Constatory, by all means, I may be the one attuned, but this is my family. So if you would treat them with the same kindness that I am treating you with.
Very well. Yes.
I do actually have a question. When you were in their study with the Myriad, that being, did you overhear who they were planning on selling you to? Or what they were planning to do with you? I don't imagine that they were planning to keep you there.
Oh no, they were planning on finding a way to get me into the council chambers of the Taldori Council.
Interesting.
Who was the nobleman in Guildmaster Dusk's bed?
Oh
That's
yes,
a great question. I love a little bit of hot gossip.
he answers right away, but Scott is looking it up.
Do we need to brew some tea for this?
I love it when it's messy. I love a messy gossip.
See, this is important because this will tell us who on the Myriad Council is, or who on the Tal'Dorei Emon Council is working with the Myriad, which might be useful information for us.
That is fantastic information.
Also might tell us how they were trying to get Constantori into the council chambers.
Yeah. Hey, Constantori as well. Well, I guess I wonder if you could attune to potentially like 2 people at once. It would be very useful, like knowing that the deal we're planning to strike is that we give we give him back to Lou with the express deal that the class also gets to use him at the same time for knowledge. I wonder if there'd be a way where maybe Gilmore or somebody would be able to enhance him to be able to attune to 2 people at once. So that way, theoretically, he could telepathically speak to Lou and to somebody within our organization.
I'm not sure if we're giving him back to Lou or not.
I really don't think so, guys. We're supposed to give it right back to the class.
Yeah, there are multiple spiralings involved at this point. I'm certain that we will be given instructions as to the disposition of the painting.
And when I was sitting down having the conversation with Lou while you all were indisposed downstairs, he did make it clear that it's okay if he doesn't get it back as long as the Myriad doesn't have it.
Him.
My apologies.
Well, hold on. This is awfully presumptuous. Constantori, what is your preference?
Oh, wow. I haven't been asked my preference in a very long time. That's quite sweet. I mean, I enjoyed my time at Lou's. It was lovely to watch Lou work. Lou is an amazing master tailor. And there was always interesting gossip, in his shop. So I learned a lot. To answer your original question, though, that is Darchanal Livereth. And when he says that name, those of you that had seen him and kind of recognized that he was important, but couldn't place it in the moment, when you hear that name, you know that is the one of the chief advisors to Coin Mistress Vexalia de Rollo.
Oh, that's bad.
Ah.
Can you repeat the name?
His name?
Yes, his name.
Darchanal Livereth.
I spelled it close enough.
And you would know that Vexalia de Rollo is the coin mistress for the Tal'Dorei Council.
Very famous for some other reasons as well.
Many other reasons, yes.
And there's no reason for us to think that the council would purposefully align themselves with the Myriad, right?
Well, they wouldn't do it publicly.
We can't put that option off the table.
It depends on which member of the council and why, and I mean,
everyone's subject to corruption.
We're slightly more legitimate, but not that much more legitimate. It's not as though.
And you do know that several members of the Tal'Dorei Council do have positive relationships with members of the Clasp.
Okay, that's fair.
That much you know.
Yeah, the Clasp was directly responsible for the salvation of Whitestone.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the reasons I'm working with the Clasp is because I detected something untoward about the council when I met with them. They seemed hesitant to act. They seemed to have their own self-interests at first and foremost. So if you told me that at least one of them was secretly in league with the Myriad, I wouldn't really bat an eye.
And we also don't want to jump to conclusions the other way. It could just be that this Dartanol Liverith is the corrupt one. And he's the one in literally and figuratively in bed with the Myriad.
Certainly, a hero on the caliber of Mistress Vexalia would be above reproach. I hope.
I think only, at least what I know of the legends of those heroes is, I think only Pike would be above reproach.
That's probably a fair public assessment.
As a citizen of Taldore, not a watcher of Critical Role and knows the bullshit that Pike has gotten into.
Right. Right. Pike's the only one that has a publicly outward, clean as a whistle
Yes.
persona publicly. Everyone else has a little bit of dirt on their hands, as it were.
Well, I
Who
mean,
doesn't?
pot kettle.
Right. Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that. But
Well, and so in between talking to Constantori about, various and sundry things, I will certainly ask him for stories of Diane and the founding of the Clasp and just like old Clasp history, right? I mean, like this is an organization that adopted me as a child, as basically raised, right? So I am so interested in the founding tales. So like Kid is essentially a kid in a like just listening to these stories from Constantori. He will eat that shit up.
yeah, and he will regale you with some ancient clasp history that you can totally spend some of these couple of days consuming that information, and maybe it'll give you a bonus later on when you're needing to recall it.
So if it is multiple days, I'm not going to change my spell list. On the second day, I cast Gentle Repose on both of them.
Fair
And then
enough.
if it goes longer than 10 days, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
So
gonna
he
change that one.
says, Constantori does say, he says, I expect that your organization, knowing the history of them as I do, is probably not going to want me to go back to lose.
I imagine that is so. It seems a fairly safe assumption.
I mean,
it
honestly,
is kind of unfortunate.
It is, but at the same time, looking at this pragmatically, having him at lose is kind of a security risk because it's very easy, relatively speaking, to get in and out of there with something like this than it would be if it was in the safekeeping of the clasp.
Yeah, but you can also like make things more secure. Like he was just hanging there out in the open. Like, give him the museum treatment, maybe like better plexiglass or maybe plexiglass doesn't exist. Some sort of enchantment ward.
Transparent aluminum.
Knowing that the Myriad wanted to place him in the Taldore City Council, and assuming that the Clasp has used you for similar ventures, given that you are no longer in their possession and were hanging in a shop, one assumes that a public place will likely be where you end up.
Well, yeah, that is probably true. Through my history, there's been many times where the discussion of destroying me has come up. Because I know a lot, and that's dangerous. However, what I can provide always outweighs that. So everyone's always willing to take the risk, as it were. At least they have up until this point, and I hope that continues. Otherwise, maybe my days will be over and they will set fire to me or shred me or do something that would destroy me. But I am quite valuable.
What was Lou using you for?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah, kinda.
It is kind of odd that a tailor just
I mean,
uses
he is a member of the Cognoscente Esoterica, so that is, he does have some ties to Keepers of Secrets, but it seems an interesting choice.
Well, he definitely started out using me for those purposes of his organization. However, he just liked to get leverage on his customers.
That's smart.
Scott, I would like to make a skills check that is going to strain your brain as a DM.
Oh, this is exciting.
I would like to make a religion check to know if sentient items have a soul.
Make me a religion check.
Six.
God's like, please fail, please fail, please fail. I do not want to get into the metaphysics of this. Please fail.
As far as Tarlin's religious knowledge is attached to this subject, you would feel that sentience comes with a level of soulfulness.
Okay.
The Dawn Father's basic tenets,
Right.
would be.
I mean,
that,
you get what I'm saying. Is like I'm trying to understand: is there an afterlife for Constantori in this form? So that is what, at least for a day, Tarlin is contemplating.
yeah, for sure. And I think the basics of it for a follower of the Dawn Father who rolled the 6 would think of it as this is where his spirit has stopped for a period of time, an extended period of time. But that if there's an afterlife where you believe Joe is, where you believe, people go good or bad, if you believe in the hells, etc., that this is more life. This is just a longer portion of his life, and that if he were to be destroyed, he would probably pass on.
Okay.
So is this painting kind of like a purgatory, like just a stop along the way?
Potentially.
I mean, that depends on what Garrick's religion would.
Well, that's the thing. Garrick's now beginning to wonder if Constantori would be considered undead.
If it's a possessed object, like you're getting into the like theological, metaphysical, and I could sit here and talk about this all night.
We don't know if he's possessed or if he's sentient. Nobody's asked how he got made. If he got pulled, if he's was once a living person that got pulled into the painting, or was he created whole cloth out of magic? Is he a golem, right? Like,
or homunculus or something. Yeah.
Constantori, were you made into a painting by choice, or were you forced into the painting?
Oh, I mean, my good friend had this painting of me commissioned, and a powerful wizard transferred my essence out of my body, my physical body, which looked like this. This is me.
Yeah, you are handsome, very handsome.
Why? Thank you. I believe I am. And you should have seen me cut a rug. I was quite the dancer.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, I digress.
How heavy is the painting?
Don't do it.
Probably 20 pounds, 25 pounds, maybe ish. It's pretty
Make
big.
make the performance check.
Make
Oh,
a
yeah.
performance check.
Shrina's gonna just pick up the painting and dance with him like around the room. Give him like the little feel of that he's, still able to dance.
Make me a performance check.
Is it the spinning scene from Titanic?
It's above average, a 12.
Nice. So you lift up the painting and you begin to dance around the room, and he's like, what? And then he just starts humming. And he's humming this ancient song. And he just gets lost in the dance with you. Oh, my word. And when you wrap up, when you finish, I didn't ever think I could experience that again.
Listen.
Hovel
You
with
just
the heart of gold.
Oh, could you imagine if we were on some beach or some beautiful island or...
I would love to take you exploring to all the beautiful places, but I don't know how the sun would affect you. What if it faded your color? What if you got wet and got destroyed? I hate to tell you that you're cooped up inside for the rest of your life, but probably the safest.
I understand. I want a view. At least a view. I mean, Lou's was nice. It was beautiful garments, right? I could see people coming and going and lots of high society folks coming in, and that was lovely. And he kept his shop so beautiful. That was wonderful. But
So-
man, to have a window all my own.
Is this the part where we just pack Consistory in the wagon and ride off into the sunset to our apple pie farm? This has been
How do
Dicey
you feel
Decisions,
about-
folks. I've really enjoyed finding purchase. That's the end of the
You should-
campaign. We've
All of our
rescued
problems.
Consistory. We've got a new friend now, and we've ridden off into the sunset. Thank you.
You show back up at the farm, and he's just covered in flour.
An after credit scene of him just two-fisting apple pie.
Hey, Sliver.
Yeah.
You and I don't really we don't interact that much, but how would you feel about a prank?
Poor.
I'm not trying to avoid you, Mr. Brightside. I really, I heard what you said, that we're family. But I guess we really don't know each other very well, because I guess I'll sum it up this way. Hell yeah.
Great.
Love. Okay.
You ready? I need you to disguise yourself as a Shrina, and I need you to go propose to Consistory.
We're in a one-room apartment.
Who is this prank on?
This is on a
pranking?
Shrina.
Garrett kind of overhears this, and just out the side of his mouth, he's like, "I'm ordained."
I could make it official with the ceremony spell.
Okay. Okay.
But it wouldn't be me. You'd be making him married to the painting.
I feel like it's okay. I don't understand it, but sure, I'll do it. I don't think I'm gonna find it as funny as you might, but okay.
No,
And I turn
it's
into
fine.
a green-
Are you bothered
Well,
that
how
we
did-
aren't close?
I'm just. I look around at everybody. Is everybody listening to us?
No, Ashrina is drawing. She's got parchment and charcoal out, and she's drawing schematics for the fishing pole that she's trying to get Simon and Gilmore to make.
Kid has been in barracks before, so he is studiously ignoring you and in rapt conversation with Constant Tory talking about old clasp.
Eric is praying.
So Garrett can hear you.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, I look around and I try to be quieter. And I say, it does a little. I'm just a little. I don't think I'm shy around you, but it feels like I am. You know, you're so much older and wiser and more correct.
And shorter. His like knowledge density is even higher than ours.
He's not much older either, but you know.
Well, there's a charm to your recklessness, and it's something I admire, actually. I'm constantly worried about the next step because out of nowhere, my own husband was killed. And at any point, it could be the end. So your recklessness is a spark of life that I don't have anymore, and I admire it. And I'm sorry that you don't feel as though we're very close. I do very much enjoy your company, as much as I seem frustrated all the time with you and Ashrina and Kid and Garrick and Magonius and the librarian.
A lot of projection there, sir. You ever frustrated with
Really?
yourself?
No, I'm amazing.
Okay. Noted.
That's
Also, you're supposed to be
cool.
praying.
I already did. I can do that quietly, you know. You would know.
I know. Though I am not much older than you, it does feel like I've had a lifetime of experience above you. But I don't mean to lord that over you. You're a man. You're
I am
part
16.
of you're part of an adventuring company hired by the clasp. You're a skilled con artist.
Doesn't
And
sound so good when you say it that way, does it? I like to think of myself as a performer. Con artist. I guess it's
From the other
same
side of the
thing,
room where
maybe.
Kid has been studiously ignoring you, you're better than accomplished murderer.
and I would like to bestow an honor upon you.
Me?
Yes. When
Okay.
you are reporting to Roderick,
Roderick isn't his name. But okay.
It's Wadawick.
when you're reporting to your dad, you don't need to refer to us as those people I'm with. Why don't you, in your performing ways, provide a moniker for us? An easy shorthand, something that describes us as a group.
I've got so many ideas.
Great.
Oh, I've been thinking about this a long time.
And
Want to hear?
I'm sure they're great. I want you to go tell them to Kid. Bye.
But
And he's going to go back to just humming a tune and making food for everybody.
well, Kid, hey, Kid, I know you can hear me. I've been
Nope.
really
No, I can't.
I've been biting my tongue for it feels like 99 hours. And I really haven't complained, have I? But,
I don't think so.
man, I need my cloak back.
Oh, I thought yeah, I'll happily give it. I would have given that to you as soon as we got back together. If I didn't remember to do that, I would have 100%. I'm happy to give that to you.
I can't wait to use. So, hey, I need. Garrick, I know you're listening to me too. Everybody
No, I'm not.
can hear me, so I'll just say it.
I'm not listening at all.
I've really been
The
thinking
very
about this stage
private
thing.
one-room shack.
Shrina's actively not listening. Like, she's so engrossed in these like invisible fishing pole schematics, she can't hear.
That boy gave you his AirPods, didn't he?
Airstone Pros.
Yeah.
They got the best noise canceling on all of them on.
Anyway, I've been thinking about my stage performance, and I might need some like backup or bouncer type protectors just in case I hit a wrong note or something, and somebody to work the crowd for me with the collection, the tip jar, the collection jar. And I think we can make a lot of money. Here's the name I'm going with. Sarsaparilla Silver Tongue. What do you think? Huh?
Too many syllables.
Yeah, but what a ring. Think about it. Say it for me. Sarsaparilla Silver Tongue.
Yeah, say it, Garrick.
No.
The crowd's gonna eat it up. With this cape and my abilities, my yarding.
I like
My
the silver
Alara?
tongue part. I do like the silver tongue part. I just think sarsaparilla. The problem is you're going to be in places that have a lot of alcohol, and a lot of the people that'll be watching you are going to be incredibly drunk and probably won't be able to say your name.
I can pronounce it if you'd like.
Yes, please. Yes, please, Scott.
Sarsaparilla Silver Tongue.
Thank you.
Well, that just made my night better. Thank you very much.
And I've got a couple other alter egos in the lines too. I used one when I was looking for you guys the other night. It worked. It really worked. Man, that little bar, the Dainty Dolphin or whatever it was called, that's got the cleanest bathroom. Oh man, it's so clean in there. I don't know why they clean it so well. Anyway.
I do. I know why it's cleaned so well.
Me
I can
too.
answer this question.
Does it begin with a P?
It does.
There's so many things that begin with P that could happen in a bathroom.
Yes,
Like
but only
P.
one cause is cleaning it. And it's magical.
Polishing?
I guess there's two then, yeah. Magical cleaning. Never mind, Sliver.
Preening?
Yeah. There's so many. Should we
Scott.
continue?
Do you know what it is? Is it prestidigitation? Can you say that for us?
Nope. Not
You
gonna
can
try
do
that
it.
one. Not gonna try that one.
Tonight's the night we make Scott say Sniver Bifflin.
In fact, we're not talking until you do.
We're gonna be here all night long.
It's just going to be there until we get a nice lispy Sniver Bifflin.
This is
Fine. Fine. Deep no.
Boys and girls, that's what we call a cop-out.
So time passes. You guys spend some time. You get a little cooped up. It's been a couple of days, but relatively uneventful. And you do receive word. The heat is on. We need to get you out of Emon.
Oh,
Hold
that's
on,
bad.
Scott. For real, guys, somebody has my cloak and I need it back. In the inventory.
I don't think I have it.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
I don't have
Okay.
it.
Double checking to make
All
sure
right.
I don't. I do not.
I think Magoni.
Okay. Never mind.
Oh, does
I'll find
Begonias have it?
later.
That
He
would be.
can't.
Who took it?
I think I gave it to Garrick.
I
originally.
Don't have it. Yeah, originally I
Well-
got it for you, gave it to you as a birthday gift, and that's the last time I remember seeing it. So,
I thought it would have still been on the party sheet
yeah.
because I didn't actually take possession of it on my character
I'm
sheet.
looking on my inventory just to be sure.
What's it called? Just to, yeah.
Cloak of Many Fashions, I believe.
Something
No.
like.
All I got is my cap of water breathing.
Yeah, I don't have any
Okay.
cloak or anything like that.
Okay, sorry guys, moving the fuck on. We need to get the hell out of here.
Well, hold on. Let me find this now, Jack. It's got to
Thank
be
you.
somewhere.
Sarsaparilla Silvertongue.
Mm.
So, kid, here's some ideas. Listen, if somebody wants to hire us, that's not clasp, you know. What are they going to say? Those guys who burned the goddamn building down? How do we hire the guys who burned the building down? That's a terrible way to be hired. So here's my first choice.
Hope nobody hires us as the folks who burned the building down because then they'd know we were
Well,
the
they
folks that
wouldn't.
burned the building down.
But
Well, they
it
might
would
like
prove we have a
building
niche.
to be- It's true. But anyway, what about the dark horses? How's that hit you? The dark horses. Nobody expects them, but that's us.
You like people would be expecting cavalry
Okay, how about
or
this one?
centaur.
Centaur
Or
for
Centaur
disease
Cavalry.
control.
Centaur? A horse is not a centaur. I got to teach you some things. Haven't you ever seen pictures?
Now, Centaur Cavalry, would they be centaurs that ride horses?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
correct.
Which is actually in one of the source books. I think it's the Strixhaven source book. The centaur race is medium sized, so technically, yes, they can ride horses, which are large sized.
Like Pimp My Ride.
I don't
Mhm.
like it. I don't like it.
Won't put
I'm
horses
pretty
on
sure
your
I saw a
horse.
webcomic like that had a centaur like shoved on top of a horse that looked
I have
very
seen that same
rude.
webcomic, yes.
It was very uncomfortable.
It really was.
All right. You don't like the dark horses, huh?
Less
keep
less equine, perhaps.
So how do we get out of here? What's their extraction plan?
Yeah, were they
they would have told you that, Irrigan will retrieve you.
Yeah. Does anybody have any cards or anything we can just play while we're waiting? Because
Only if you have money. I have dragon chess.
yeah, no,
and
I'll play that.
also all of Magonius's earnings from the last game.
Just saying, if you want to raise the stakes, make it a little interesting. I do have dragon chess, and do I have something else in here? What other games do I got?
Hey Scott,
Yeah.
I'm gonna telepathically ask Constantori if he knows how to play dragon chess.
But of course I do.
How good are you?
I was first in my class.
Excellent. Can you telepathically give me the moves so I can steal her money?
What's in it for me?
I'll polish your frame.
Done.
Ashrina,
This
20
doesn't feel
gold.
very, very churchy of you.
20 gold. It's been a while since I'm a little rusty, but dragon chess.
Sure. 20 gold's a little steep. Do I even have 20 gold? I've spent a lot of money.
It's called the Dawn Father, not in the Up and Up.
Oh, I do have
Father.
a lot of gold. I'll bet him 20 gold. I don't know the wiser, I don't think.
All right.
It's telepathic.
So,
But you're outwardly lying.
Oh yeah, 100%. You can definitely tell that he's lying.
Yeah, so I know I assume I know you're lying. I rolled a 16 for an insight check. But I'll bet you 20 gold. That's fine.
No, you don't know I'm
I
lying.
don't know you're lying.
He's a straight hustler with that 20.
so go ahead and give me a dragon chess intelligence. So it'd be intelligence with proficiency.
I am not proficient, so is he adding his proficiency?
Oh no, I've rolled for him.
Oh, okay. So it's
Because you're
Ashrina.
just a puppet.
Yeah.
So do I just roll? So what am I rolling? Just an intelligence check?
Intelligence check with proficiency.
With my proficiency. Which is the +3 in the corner under proficiency, right?
Yes.
That's what it means? Okay. That's about right. 7.
So he wipes the floor with you in about 5 moves, let's say.
Oof, that was rough. I think I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead, and I'm gonna pull out a rag and just start wiping the frame.
Hey, can I speak with Mr. Constantori?
Sure.
The wise and powerful Mr. Constantori. Can
Be right back.
I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay. No names, okay? But I'm going to ask you something about a person. If I describe them, you probably will know who they are. Can you just tell me what they do? He is, and I describe my master. Does that sound like somebody you've seen and know about?
I don't recognize your description of that individual.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks anyway. Do you want me to play you a song or something in return for your time?
Oh, yeah, I love music.
Oh, good. Oh, there is I'm going to play are you pretty old? I'll play the oldest song I know. Maybe it was like from when you were painted.
Sure.
Old song, like from the 90s.
Yeah. So I play him a song.
Give me a performance check.
20.
Yeah, he absolutely adores it, and he regales you with a tale of the first time he heard that song, and you can tell he really enjoys cultured things.
Yeah, my yarding really sounds nice, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I'm very impressed with you.
Thank you. You should see me when I'm garbed up in my cloak and I'm as my sarsaparilla silvertongue persona. It's going to be fantastic. Maybe you can come. We can hang you in the venue and you can watch the show. Does that sound fun?
Perhaps, yes.
But you know what? I whisper close to him. One thing I was thinking about, if we could get you on an airship with a window in a cabin, the captain's cabin, looking out the window, the things you would see. Just saying.
That might be very nice. So eventually, Irrigan Rockfist comes. Hey, friends. I'm told you're to get out of town.
Do you know where out of town?
Yep.
Also,
nice farm upstate.
Is that like a figure of speech, or are we literally leaving Emon?
No, you need to get out of the city.
Okay, cool.
Question for you, Irrigan. If one were to need or want a package and message delivered, how would that work?
I can take care of your errands for you.
You're the best.
I know.
You know what? When you get back to town after dropping us off wherever we're going, you should go find my mom at the tavern and tell her that I said you get a whole extra pie.
All right. So he says, I hate to do this, but and he pulls out a backpack, and out of the backpack he pulls out bags that are big enough for each of you.
Oh, are we going in body bags?
Yeah.
Oh. What about these two? And I just like puppet hold up like two heads out of my bag.
Oh, that's gross.
It is kind of gross, isn't it?
I mean, yeah. You should probably get rid of those.
I don't know what we're supposed to do with them. I thought the class was going to take them.
Are you asking?
We can put them in body bags too.
Do you think somebody might want to question Dusk? She's been
Well,
very
it's been
much
past 10
well-preserved.
days. I don't know how long
It's only been a
Speak
couple
with Dead
days.
work.
It's only been a couple days.
Oh, well, even still, isn't Speak with Dead after like 24 hours after?
I don't think so.
Guess I
There
don't
can
really
be
know.
any dead corpse.
We thought the Guildmaster might be a useful source of information, or perhaps another message.
I can deliver the bodies.
Perfect. This was not the errand I had in mind, though, just so you know.
As Garrick starts gathering his things, he suddenly like tilts his head as if a thought came to him, and he looks over at the painting. He says, "Kazutori, what secrets do you know about us?" And I just motion to people in the room. What have you learned about us?
Oh, and he goes into great detail. Anything that has come up in the past couple days that is like pertinent personal information. And you realize he's kind of got like a really good idea of like who each of you actually are.
Interesting.
He just pays really good attention.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Irrigan a Shrina's 20 gold that I took
Okay.
Don't worry.
for your troubles.
I'll get it back.
So he smuggles you out one by one, puts you into a cart, and starts heading out of town. Just tells you all to stay in the bag. He'll get you out in a minute.
Okay.
And you can tell he's heading out the northwest side or northeast side of town. Eventually, he gets out of town a little bit of ways. He pulls off to the side of the road, tells you guys to get out of the bags. As you do, you see he is uncovering Tarlin's cart that is there.
Okay.
And he hitches one of the horses that he has
I'm sorry.
on
whose
his
cart?
cart.
Yeah, whose cart?
I don't know what I don't know that
Whose
we have.
house?
We don't have a Tarlin's cart. I don't think.
Die in a fire.
I
We can
literally,
arrange that.
I tried really hard. Actually.
Yeah.
I went down like
Um,
twice.
We do have a niche.
And as you guys come out of the bags, he holds two of the bags open. He's like, "Give me the bodies."
Well, I'll help like stuff the bodies in the bags, and seal them.
He says, "I'm also to take the painting."
Right.
Can you make sure, or at least pass on a message to the superiors that if he doesn't go back to Luz, that we would really like for him to have a nice, big, beautiful window?
Okay, I will make that request. It's just a painting.
No, he's much more than just a painting. That's not very kind of you to say.
Well, I mean,
Does he not know?
Maybe he doesn't, but all works of art deserve a big, beautiful window.
oh, okay.
That
Perfect.
includes you, big guy.
And he just kind of like, I do deserve a window.
You do. So as we're like handing over the paintings and stuff, I'm going to hand him my drawing, my schematics drawing of this invisible, like the telescoping invisible fishing pole designs. And be like, okay, I'm gonna need you to take this to Gilmore's and give it to Simon.
Simon.
You
Okay.
may have
Yes.
to tap him on the shoulder.
Yes, he likes to wear air stones. He doesn't hear very well when those are in.
Oh, I've been wanting those.
They're very cool. They're a little pricey.
Don't take them from him.
I wouldn't take them.
Why do you think so little of our friend?
I don't. I said he deserves a window.
I do deserve a window and Airstone Pros.
Yeah, maybe Simon can get them for you. But anyways, bring the schematic to Simon. Tell him it's from Shrina, and he'll know what to do with it. And then if he happens to give you a package at any point, you know where we're staying apparently. Come find me and bring me that package, and I will tell him that I will pay him extra for delivery.
Did we write a note with all these instructions, Mr. Rockfist?
No,
That's a lot of stuff to remember.
I got it.
Okay.
Are we coming back to Emon?
I was just told to tell you to go up to Toad Hop, and you guys would know Toad Hop is a tiny, tiny little hamlet up the river towards the mountains.
Hey, are we
What
supposed to
the
meet
hell are we
anybody
gonna
specifically
do in
when we
Toad Hop?
get there?
Hide.
I think
Perform.
the issue is that the heat is on.
Right, but like, are we assuming identities? We just walk in like we're travelers? I mean, what's the plan here?
I don't know.
Just fuck off to Toad Hop, I guess.
I've got the answer.
I think that is the plan. Just wait there.
Okay.
We're a traveling show. And I'm the headliner.
You hear, Charlene, you hear in your head, you know you can contact me if you need any information. I will gladly pass it along, sir.
I appreciate that. Oh man, just want the painting to talk to Irrigan as he's walking away, just randomly. Ooh.
Look out for the bear.
Man, I could go for a pie.
And then, of course, Irrigam will answer that he needs one too before realizing he has no idea who said that.
So Toad Hop is a couple of about 6 or 7 hours outside of town. It is, you guys have maybe been through there once or twice. It is a tiny little place. Like maybe 30, 40 people live there total.
Wow,
Super tiny little place.
We just bumped the population of this place by 16%.
Alright. So is there anything you want to do on your ride up there?
Grumble.
Grumble.
The hazards. How does the hazards sound? Now, I know it doesn't seem like people are going to hire somebody called the hazards, but it's just a moniker. We're just hanging a name on ourselves. The hazards. Are we dangerous to you or to everyone, or is it just a name? How's that ring? The hazards.
We'll keep workshopping it. I'm sure you'll come up with something.
Maybe something like implies royal, like the knaves of hazard or something like that.
We're not. Never mind. No, too easy. I don't suppose any of you are like dukes.
Certainly not.
Just checking,
I
making
could
sure.
I could be anyone you want. I can be a Duke of Hazard, if you'd like.
I'll be the whole Earl. I'll be the Earl of Hazard.
We need a boss. We need somebody else named boss.
Wadwick is the Duke of Hazard.
No kidding.
Wadwick and the Widow Wascals.
That makes us the Widow Wascals. That's really unfortunate.
Be very quiet.
He's not my dad, you know.
Then why do you let him talk to you like that?
I would never let my dad talk to me like that. This guy's... There's a lot of reasons I let him talk to me like that. First, he's in charge. He tells me exactly what to do, and I listen, and I'm better for it. He taught me just about everything I know. I do what he wants, you know?
Yeah, I've been
Somebody... Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, kid. I kick at some stones as I walk a little bit away from the cart.
So you
How
head
far is Toad? Yeah.
you head into
Go ahead.
Toad Hop. You do see this is just a tiny little way stop on the road kind of thing along the river. There is a what looks to be a kind of a ramshackle inn of sorts called Misty's Bunks. It's got a hand painted sign. It's got shows a bed. And then there is what looks to be a nice little tavern called My Left Boot.
Unassuming name.
The tavern does not have rooms for rent, or it does?
The tavern is just a tavern.
So
Okay.
is there a bunkhouse or inn?
Yeah, that's the place called Misty's Bunks.
Minky's bunks. Okay, they're separate. Got it.
Right.
So I guess we're gonna take a room at Misty's Bunks.
Sounds like it.
Or more than one room. But should we be our traveling show? This could be my first try.
I think we're
performance.
supposed to be laying low.
Yeah, we don't want to like draw attention to ourselves, Sliver. I know that's hard, but we have to pretend like we're just travelers coming through.
Yeah, but
If I were you, I would make your cloak.
us.
I'd make your cloak look like really just dungy traveling clothes for now.
Oh, like this? And I'll whip it around. It's just a mangy old
Exactly.
threadbare.
Exactly.
But I want it to look like this. Zing! But I'll make it look like this.
Song.
Yeah.
Little.
Well, I'm
noises.
going to go to the left boot and get some food if anyone wishes to join me.
Eric just wrinkles his nose and goes, "Do they have actual food or just stuff that they call food?" I wonder. Let's go
You
find
might
out.
have better
We've-
pies than we do.
Absolutely not.
Shut your mouth.
Nobody has better pies than we do.
As you come up to My Left Boot, outside on the hitching post, there is a cow, and the cow is hitched up like a horse. However, the cow is got a hat that's perched on its head, and written in handwriting on a piece of paper tucked into the brim of the hat. It says, Honorable Mayor.
The cow's the mayor?
I'm never leaving here.
I'm
I'm moving in. That's it.
taking out a
It could just-
ration.
Be his name.
Either way.
I'm taking out a ration and feeding this cow.
I trust them
Don't
way
feed
more
him
than
the
I
meat
do
part.
city
No,
council.
just the apples.
The cow sniffs at the apple and gets excited and takes it right out of your hands and eats it.
You're such a sweet cow.
I bow
Like-
down before him, Mr. Mayor, or shall I say, Madam Mayor. Lovely to meet you, and walk off toward my left boot.
I will
This-
take some pains to kind of conceal my rapier a little bit and sort of make myself appear dingier and dustier than I might in ordinary. You know what I mean? Just sort of a down on his luck sort of hard case. You know, take my hair all the way down and kind of rat it up a little bit.
As you-
Wearing light armor.
As you enter, you see that this place is probably got almost everyone that lives in this town is here right now. It's quite a buzz. There's a lot of heated, excited conversation going on. And as soon as you guys open the door, it all just stops and they all just turn and look at you. The population here is primarily halfling. But there are several humans, a couple of half orcs, an elf, a dwarf here or there. But it's primarily a halfling town. As a matter of fact, most of the furniture in this place is halfling sized. And the rafters are a little low for those of you of human height. And the whole place gets like super quiet as you all walk in. And they're all just
About-
looking at you.
About how many people are in there?
Probably anywhere from like 25 to 30.
Dang.
One of those things. There's nothing else to do in town. This is what everybody does at night after work or whatever. Probably.
About how much would 20 to 30 people's worth of drinks cost? Just one round.
Place like this, probably, 20 silver.
Sold. Okay. As we walk in,
2 gold.
place
basically.
goes quiet. I'll say, this round's on us, and give the bartender the 2 gold and let them go about their merry way.
And now we're gonna be robbed.
Bartender
They wanna
comes
die.
over and she says, well met, strangers. What brings you to town?
A card.
Oh. It's 9:30. Sorry. It's my meds alarm.
What brings you to town?
A donkey and a cart.
She's not wrong.
A donkey and a... Oh, I get it. Huh.
Just looking for a change of pace.
You can tell that, like, the entire town is actively inciting you all, trying to figure out if you're telling the truth or not.
Am I lying? I don't know. Technically, we are looking for a change of pace.
How long have we been traveling, by the way, before we got here?
About
6
like
hours.
6 hours or so.
Okay, not even a day. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it's been traveling most of the day, getting tired. This looked like a friendly little town to stop in. Mean no harm, I guarantee you.
You
We're
hear
actually quite skilled. If any of you have problems that may be beyond your town, we have men of faith here. We have skilled artisans and performers.
you hear one of them say, you hear from the back of the room, you hear people muttering and whispering, and one of them says Raven Queen, and another one says out loud, "What you know about Robin Graves?"
Oh, we rob him? Are we re-robbing? That's the real question.
You could tell they're looking to see if your like boots are dirty or if you're carrying any implements that might be make you grave robbers.
As
Have
a general rule, we are against it. We're a no on grave robbing. I
That's
think.
fair. Yeah,
As a
I
group.
think across the board, that's probably correct.
Are you having difficulties with grave robbers?
And they all kind of, several of them are like looking at each other, and the barkeep goes, "Well, kinda."
I mean, we just stopped because our cart was kind of a little bit worse for the wear. We were hoping we'd get it looked at. We're just travelers on the road. But if you're having trouble with grave robbers, perhaps we could help in exchange for um, a place for the horse to stay and someone to look at the cart.
Maybe a hot meal?
Garrick is kind of like honed in on the grave robbing thing. And he's talked to whoever it was who mentioned it. He's like,
Kid slips out the door and removes a bolt from the cart.
you say kinda, bodies just disappearing? Is that it, the extent of it, or strange things happening afterward? What's going on?
Yep, all those things. I mean, not the disappearing part, but strange things. That's for sure. I don't know if we can trust you all.
That's fair. I don't really know the way.
I mean, you don't know us,
either,
and I
so.
understand that. But emotions to Tarlin. He's like, we've got a priest of the Dawn Father here, and I am a knight of the Raven Queen.
Sup?
If there are graves being robbed, there's a possibility that those bodies are being used for nefarious purposes, and I am obligated to look into it.
Oh no, the there was only one grave robbed, and the body is kind of part of the problem. Is not the body wasn't robbed, but body. Well,
Let's start at the beginning.
Yeah. Very good place to start.
I mean,
Please.
you ever seen The Dead Walk?
A couple times.
Yes.
This is us not standing out.
And they go, maybe these are the right people.
We just have
Well-
two of the exact people that are being looked for 7 hours away.
Well, we had a kind of a local celebrity pass away a few months ago.
Put my hand on Sliver's shoulder and just.
And he was brought back here, and his family had him buried here at the local cemetery, and well, they since moved on and all. But yesterday, he showed up at his house. "It's my house now," you hear in the back, and they're like, "Yeah, well, you want to go take it back from him?"
Oh, he's still there.
Oh, yeah, he showed up knocking at the door all dead and stuff, and we just left. I got my kids out and we left.
I just
I
look
assume
over
he's
at
there.
Tarlin. Sorry, dude. I gotta look into this.
Why are you apologizing to me? I'll burn him with holy flames.
Excellent.
Oh, well, I mean, he's a nice. Well, he was a nice guy. I mean, he's a really talented musician.
Sliver,
I
do you know any songs that would bring you back from the dead?
me no, but I know that there's magic that can do that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, of course.
Don't know any.
Oh,
No.
we didn't hear no music, but he
Did
just
somebody
showed,
just shout encore really loud or something?
I mean, he just showed up. We left, and
But
What's this?
was he being mean?
What's this?
he was being dead and walking around.
Yeah, that's not normal.
I mean, does being dead necessarily mean you're a bad person?
Yes.
I mean,
Maybe not your fault,
I
but
didn't-
inherently,
I didn't stick around to find out. It was kind of creepy.
What if he's not a bad person? Like, what if he's nice? What if
Did
he
he try-
wants to be like a nice undead person?
Do you want us to go check out your house?
Would you?
yeah.
Yeah. We can escort him back. Where can I find the cemetery? We can escort him back and put him back in his grave, rebury him. I'll say a few things over. We have a bard here that can, perform a dirge.
3 out of the 5 people that they're looking for 7 hours away. Kid will kind of mutter. kind of muttering.
Well, all right. Well, his name is Flynn. Flynn Dartwild. You ever heard of him?
Have we?
Man, he is a famous musician. History checks.
No, I haven't.
Come on, I need to have heard of this fella.
Probably not.
14.
I'm a halfling.
Dark Wild.
11.
Kid's not gonna. He's not up on popular music. Yeah.
None of you have ever heard of him.
Local celebrity.
And he says, well, the old Dartwild cabin is out at the edge of town. We can show you where that is. And we'd appreciate it if you look into this.
I don't want to cause a panic, but if the dead are walking, it might be best if you all stay here. Just tell us where to go, just in case he's not the only one.
Their eyes get really big when you say that. Man, you mean more people could come up out of the cemetery?
Usually it's not an isolated incident.
It's true.
Oh, man.
Experience.
Tell you what, why don't I buy you all dinner? You sit here and just relax. Maybe an hour.
Yes, we are totally nondescript travelers that are going to buy you all dinner, a round of drinks for the house, and then solve your entire town's problems. But we are totally generic and nondescript. Do not match any descriptions.
We weren't given those orders.
I don't
So-
want to go mess with the dead person.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Wouldn't it? Okay.
It's a tenet of his faith and kind of a tenet of mine. Not the destruction of undead, but getting them to the light.
Okay, I got your back. Way back. Way back.
Do you want to stay
Okay.
here and protect the townfolk? Maybe perform and lift their spirits? I imagine they're very scared.
Oh, I can do that on the way out the door. No, I'm coming. I'm not leaving you guys.
All right. Well, we can take you up that way if you want, or just tell you where it is.
Yeah, just
Just tell us.
Yeah, there's no need to put yourself in harm's way. Just give us directions. I'm sure we can find it.
All right. So they give you directions, and everybody's kind of like waiting and watching to see what you're going to do.
All right.
I'll drop 20 gold on the counter and say, make sure they stay fed and have enough to drink.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Just fucking bought the bar.
Yeah.
You hear this like hissed whisper in your ear. Where did you learn to lay low?
I didn't. I'm a
Missed that.
halfling from Whitestone.
I was absent that day.
I missed that
you
class.
just franchised the vagabond.
The bright vagabond and its left shoe.
So,
Yep.
so they give you directions to where the cabin is. Up the street. So if you guys head that way,
Absolutely.
I would love to head that way, but I would also love to go to break because I really have to pee.
we're almost there.
Okay.
Give me perception checks, please, as you're headed up there.
Ooh, 18.
11.
21.
15.
23.
All right, so you actually all hear as you guys are heading up the street. There's a few hushed voices of young kids that seem to be following you from the tree line. And they're like, "You think they're gonna go in? No, man, they'd be crazy to go in there. There's a dead guy in there."
These kids are mostly halflings?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I start playing a little flute music. Very spooky.
Okay. So you make it there. You see there's a cabin. The front door is wide open, and you can smell a rotten stench coming from inside.
Sounds overripe. Smells overripe. Yeah.
This is probably what the inside of your bag smells like.
Yeah.
Probably is.
You want to find out?
Are you going to put me inside? No.
Then don't
Garrett-
mention my bag. Leave it alone.
When
I'm
Garrick
trying not to
smells,
think about it.
we'll have to put a breeze in it later. When
Right.
Garrick smells the stench, he puts his hand on his rapier, does not draw it, but knocks softly on the door to see if he gets a response.
Come in.
That's what I was wondering.
And
Intelligence.
that's where we're going to go to break.
Okay.
Maybe he's right. I'm just saying. Maybe we're going to have a new friend to take to the goblin farm.
Was this a planned Halloween episode?
Nope. Nope. But we will take our break now as the creepy voice emanates from the cabin, beckoning you to come in. We'll take about 10 minutes, refill our drinks, and we will be back from break in a little bit.
Okay.
Apple pie. Supper's done, you rest your feet. Now you're needing something sweet. Your wife steps up to your surprise. You see fresh cow milk and apple pie. Everyone loves apple pie. Everyone means so do I. Everyone loves apple pie, everyone means so do I. But some's too damp and some is sour, some is made with too much flour. If you want the best you can't deny, gotta go see Mr. Brightside. Apple pie, you're the apple of my eye. Apple pie, you are the best. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. Soft and flaky, crusty, yum. I gotta go and get me some. Granny's apples, the whitest flesh, reddest skin, Brightside's the best. Apple pie, my apple pie, you're the apple of my eye. Apple pie, you are the best. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. This is called the Ballad of a Crossbow called Whisper. Sitting in a dusty storage room, lonely and forsaken, made of wood and leather and bone. Magic in the making, hung a hand crossbow just hanging on the wall, waiting for a loving hand to call. Well, someone snuck right in, opened up a bin, and the magic crossbow tasted fresher air. And they waited just a while, and with a little smile, gave it right away without a care, to shoot a bear. Well, the boy took it reverently in hand, and the teacher took a very guiding stand. So the learning how was quick and accurate. A goblin's heart was the first thing it would hit. The whisper is its name, it is the evil's bane. It can hit a fly at 101 paces. So smile now and abide, 'cause a whisper's on your side, and the enemy is busy running scared, 'cause they don't dare. You get your first heist, the museum's a job. Got a crazy, dangerous egg we gotta rob. You sneak past security, and what's your reward? I find my paladin upstairs, macking on a guard. Well, now's not the time, buddy. Now's not the time. I tell you, now's not the time. Well, you sneak into the bathroom, the vents to scout. Could lead up to the attic, gotta check that out. Another lady's in there, and what do you think? You make a big commotion, push her head in the drink. Well, now's not the time. Now's not the time. No, now's not the time. Robin, little garden gnome, a devil costume. He's racist and he's ugly, he's such a buffoon. The plan is set, we're bound to bring a heavy barrage, but our cleric's out getting a full body massage. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. Break and enter to a manor, got a cult to bust. Keep it on the lowdown, no muss, no fuss. You're getting all the clues, are you feeling smug? You find your partner trying to steal the living room rug. No, now's not the time. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. Well, we're gonna sneak into the prison, so says the boss. Gotta find the key to treasure, take it off a dwarf. All our plans are still congealing, but here's the rub. Our buddies rubbing elbows trying to start a fight club. No, now's not the time. Now's not the time, my friend. No, now's not the time. So we're distracting the warden with sweet talking wine. My friends are in the next room committing the crime. A bad idea comes calling, maybe because of my youth. You start to tell the warden, just confessing the truth. No, no, now's not the time. Now is not the time. Now's not the time. What is life about? It's all so confusing. Why am I here? What leaf have I turned? What is life about? It's always amusing. Better stand clear, you've already been burned. We struggle for treasure, we struggle for gold, they struggle for glory. Here's what I've been told, they struggle for power, to lead or be led. Is all life a struggle until I lie dead? What is life about? It's all so confusing. Why am I here? What leaf have I turned? What is life about? It's always amusing. Better stand clear, you've already been burned. Hold the truth in your hand, then it is gone. You think it goes one way, but it's the other one. Complexion's changing, won't ever be fixed. We are grandfathers, fathers, and yet we are sons. If you ever find the truth, admit you were wrong. If you want your salvation, I'll give you a song. When the world's on your shoulders, you're down on your knees. ever die? Will there ever be peace? What is life about? It's all so confusing. Why am I here? What leaf have I turned? What is life about? It's always amusing. Better stand clear, you've already been burned. Apple pie. Supper's done, you rest your feet. Now you're needing something sweet. Your wife steps up to your surprise. You see fresh cow milk and apple pie. Everyone loves apple pie. Everyone means so do I. Everyone loves apple pie. Everyone means so do I. But some's too damp and some is sour. Some is made with too much flour. If you want the best you can't deny, gotta go see Mr. Brightside. Apple pie, you're the apple of my eye. Apple pie, you are the best. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. Soft and flaky, crusty, yum. I gotta go and get me some. Granny's apples, the whitest flesh, reddest skin, bright side's the best. Apple pie, my apple pie, you're the apple of my eye. Apple pie, you are the best. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. When everybody's sleeping, I eat the rest. This is called the Ballad of a Crossbow called Whisper. Sitting in a dusty storage room, lonely and forsaken, made of wood and leather and bone. Magic in the making, hung a hand crossbow just hanging on the wall, waiting for a loving hand to call. Well, someone snuck right in, opened up a bin, and the magic crossbow tasted fresher air. And they waited just a while, and with a little smile, gave it right away without a care, to shoot a bear. Well, the boy took it reverently in hand, and the teacher took a very guiding stand. So the learning how was quick and accurate. A goblin's heart was the first thing it would hit. The whisper is its name. It is the evil's bane. It can hit a fly at 101 paces. So smile now and abide, 'cause a whisper's on your side, and the enemy is busy running scared, 'cause they don't dare. You get your first heist, the museum's a job. Got a crazy, dangerous egg we gotta rob. You sneak past security, and what's your reward? I find my paladin upstairs, macking on a guard. Well, now's not the time, buddy. Now's not the time. I tell you, now's not the time. Well, you sneak into the bathroom, the vents to scout. Could lead up to the attic, gotta check that out. Another lady's in there, and what do you think? You make a big commotion, push her head in the drink. Well, now's not the time. Now's not the time. No, now's not the time. Robin, little garden gnome, a devil costume. He's racist and he's ugly, he's such a buffoon. The plan is set, we're bound to bring a heavy barrage, but our cleric's out getting a full body massage. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. Break and enter to a manor, got a cult to bust. Keep it on the lowdown, no muss, no fuss. You're getting all the clues, are you feeling smug? You find your partner trying to steal the living room rug. No, now's not the time. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. Well, we're gonna sneak into the prison, so says the boss. Gotta find the key to treasure, take it off a dwarf. All our plans are still congealing, but here's the rub. Our buddies rubbing elbows, trying to start a fight club. No, now's not the time. Now's not the time, my friend. No, now's not the time. So we're distracting the warden with sweet talking wine. My friends are in the next room committing the crime. A bad idea comes calling, maybe because of my youth. You start to tell the warden, just confessing the truth. No, no, now's not the time. Now is not the time. Now's not the time. What is life about? It's all so confusing. Why am I here? What leaf have I turned? What is life about? It's always amusing. Better stand clear, you've already been burned. We struggle for treasure, we struggle for gold, they struggle for glory. Here's what I've been told, they struggle.
Hey, everybody. We're back from break. I hope you refilled your beverages. We definitely have. Some of us have had dinner. in this little time.
Literally.
All right. So the sound of the raspy voice comes from the cabin as you knock on the door. Enter.
Garrick walks in. He doesn't even wait for anybody. He's got to see this thing.
I whisper to Ashrina, "Oh fuck, this is gonna be a whole thing," and I step in after him.
Have you met me?
Yes, yep, it's a whole thing. I knew it was a whole thing when you marched over here with the shield of the Raven Queen held high.
Gotta
Just
support the
doesn't kill
brand.
him. What if he's nice?
There is no nice undead as far as the Raven Queen is concerned. That's her whole shtick. Like this is, as Garrick said, this is the brand. Got to protect the brand.
So you enter in. The cabin is buzzing full of flies as you enter. Seated in a dark corner behind a small rickety kitchen table is a decaying human corpse with slightly glowing yellow eyes. He says, "Well met. I am Flynn Dartwild, but my friends call me Frody."
Brody?
Yeah. And when you hear that, Sliver, now you recognize the name. This guy was one of the premier lute players in the region of Emon.
Frody and the Wet Sprockets.
Yes.
Peeking around the door.
I'd like to announce that this will be my last stream.
No longer beat me because I almost said a worse joke, so I'm happy that Justin has the.
Go on.
Frody and the Blowfish.
That's good
Frody
too.
and the Blowfish was where I was, where my head was at.
Please continue.
So when I hear this character's say his name, I was still outside peeking around the doorframe, but it changes my entire demeanor. Frody, and I step in. You're amazing. This guy could really. Oh, you should see the finger work this guy is known for. Amazing
Ooh.
stuff.
While Sliver is gushing a little bit, I'm gonna turn to where all the children are.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm going.
Where you went, Dan? I was like, oh, he's just going for it.
Not turn undead. I'm going to turn around. And where the children were following us, I would like to sacred flame in the middle of the street and say, "Go home."
They take off running.
And then I will enter and close the door behind me.
Okay. He says, yeah, I was once quite talented.
His version of the cow and the cod piece, I pull off my yarding and you want to play it for him? It's amazing.
He says,
I thought you were about to say pull off my cod piece. Can you sign this?
Says, those days are gone. Sadly, in my current state, my talents have diminished.
Yeah, you're totally dead. Your pieces are falling off, Frody.
I am aware.
Why are you here?
Yeah. What? First of all, how did you die?
Oh, well, that's a long story. First off, why am I here? 'Cause those bastards took my axe.
Like a literal axe, or using slang for a musical instrument?
Well, that's what we call our instruments in the business, yeah.
Just making sure.
And my
Heavy
grave
metal
was.
loot is just in my head now.
Is bardcore? Where's our bardcore music?
Says my
A
grave
Stratocaster.
my grave was robbed. And they took my mandolin.
Is
Those-
them taking the mandolin what caused this to happen to you?
Well, that is when I became aware of what was happening.
Those bastards.
Is he not a zombie? Is he like a revenant instead?
I would like to religion check to determine what type of undead we're dealing
Yeah,
with.
same.
Sure.
He's just a guy who wants his guitar back.
Only a 12.
13.
If I couldn't yart all day long, I'd be so pissed.
4.
We're knowledgeable people today.
So religion checks. Tarlin and Garrick, he looks like your standard zombie, but he has much more intelligence.
Yeah.
So there's something more at play here in terms of his what may have brought him back.
Eric is wondering, I mean, he's heard of spirits hanging around the material world while they still have unfinished business. And he's wondering if this is somewhat of an offshoot of that, like maybe his soul is tied to that mandolin, and until he can get it back, he's going to roam the earth. Kind of like like almost like a phylactery type situation. But, I mean, that's just a shot in the dark.
The world's
can't-
first lich bard.
Do you think we could get it back for you, Mr. Frody?
Why would you do that?
Because you're occupying someone's house and you scared them away, and we would like to put you to rest. And if bringing this mandolin back would put you to rest, it would also give these people and their children a safe place, because undead are frankly scary, especially to children.
Yeah. And I'm sure that's not your intent.
And the Cow and the Cod piece, and all the other great songs that you have played. I'm a fan. I'd love to help.
You know, Tarlin, if we got his autograph now and he died again, it would be worth a lot more money. I can't believe I just said that out loud.
It's okay. Justin just went into a whole nother world about profiteering off of the animate dead spell.
He says, I was
Finally find Hoffa.
I was originally killed by my companions, and I had come across some manticores, and I took a tail spike right through the chest, and he kind of pulls open his tunic, and you can see the wound.
Ooh, nasty.
Yeah. I can only imagine that these people are terrified of me, and I wish I could. Did not mean to scare anyone.
Of course not.
However,
Do what we can to get you back into a rest hole.
I do want my mandolin back.
Do you know who took it?
Oh, yes.
The blowfish.
I know them quite well.
The Grateful Dead?
Childhood friends of mine.
Ungrateful undead.
What? Do you think they took it just to piss you off, or maybe they just wanted to put your mandolin back to use?
Maybe they wanted to sell it.
Says, you're gonna have to find them and ask them.
You have any idea where we could start looking? I mean,
Yeah, they live in a fishing camp upriver.
okay.
Would it be too much to ask you to vacate this place so that the family can come back? And I'm asking out of courtesy because you're going to vacate this place so the family can come back.
This is the place I'm most familiar with here.
I understand that.
I didn't mean to scare anyone.
Of course not.
I also understand that, but you can't stay here. You don't need to eat or breathe. You can go stay in the stables. Go stay somewhere out of sight.
You lived here. Are there any like unoccupied buildings in town that you might be able to hole up in?
A cave, a well.
Surely the most famous lute player in Emon raided a mausoleum.
Hey, we could get your room in Misty's rooms, whatever it's called. No?
That probably won't work because then he's in close proximity to other people and scaring them by accident again. And I don't want to put this poor soul through that.
We could bring him with us, and my eyes gaze towards the purse.
No. It's mine.
It's only for my corpses.
Raven Queen, forgive me for suggesting this, but how hilarious would it be if we did bring him with us and he showed up at their camp, demanding his mandolin?
Rah, 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 rah.
Honestly, I wasn't really on board until now, but that frankly sounds hysterical. How friendly are you with these friends? I assume less so now, but can I assume that you still have their safety and best interests at heart?
Well, they took my mandolin and I want it back.
Okay. There are many different methods of getting back property, is why I asked.
We are re-robbing. Ashrina!
That's my specialty.
I don't know why these two would take it. They're not musicians.
They probably saw value in it. You're a famous musician. Your instruments would probably be sought after by collectors.
It's only 2, and it's a mandolin in a fishing camp. Can't we just send Sliver and Ashrina in and grab it and get back out in like 30 seconds?
Probably, but that wouldn't be nearly as funny as having him ask for it back personally.
That's true. You could get Madeline back. He's got a song about it. It's called Sweet Madeline, My Little Mandoline.
It's too easy. 2 yokels in a fishing camp.
Yeah.
Doesn't bring a person back from the dead. Something else
Anybody
is
could dig
going
up
on
a
here.
mandolin. Maybe.
I think the first place we need to check, honestly, is the graveyard. I want to see if there was anything left behind that may indicate a ritual was done, that may have facilitated this, so we know what we're walking into.
I know this is gonna sound weird coming from me, but I genuinely think we're overthinking this.
Yeah, and while we walk, I can play you guys some of his songs. And Frody, I could play some of your songs back for you. You can give me some tips. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Eric starts doubles over in laughter and says, "Sliver, you just made my idea that much funnier."
Heck yeah.
He's gonna
I've been
approach the
trying
camp to request the mandolin. Meanwhile, you're gonna play his songs in a minor key to spook them the
Ooh.
hell out.
Yeah, and Frody, you can show me the technique you were using on that song. What kind of pie you selling? We're all into pie, and that was one of my favorites. I just can't figure out exactly how to use my fingers right.
Believe you've killed Dan.
Well, I could perhaps teach you.
Yeah. Oh, I've got so many favorites of yours. Guys, have y'all heard the one called Twiddle Twiddle Dee, Twiddle Twiddle Me? Twiddle Diddle Me.
Oh,
sorry.
that's the kind of music that he played. Got it. Okay.
Well, no. He also did. I know you've heard One More Time Under the Old Willow. You must have heard that one. It's such a classic.
As you're going through and naming all these, he's like smiling and then looking at the rest of you expectantly. And then when you guys don't recognize the songs, he's a little dejected.
Don't
I
take it
think that
personally,
last
I'm
one was my wedding song.
One More Time Under the Old
Twiddle
it's a
diddle
class-
me.
No. Twiddle Diddle Dee, Twiddle Diddle Me.
Not that one. The willow tree. That's,
Yeah, One More Time Under the Old Willow.
I
Uh-huh.
think that's why we planted the willow tree out back of the Bright Vagabond. That was our wedding song.
Well, that's a good one. It's a really good one.
My song was your wedding song.
Yeah. It's a shame that I'm gonna have to turn you and send you back to the spirit realm, but
You can't send him to go sit in a well for a couple days. You gotta come. Frody, are you willing to come with us and
I mean,
get old Madeline back?
I suppose.
Oh, man. I'd love to touch Madeline. Just to stroke the neck. Ah.
Would you
This
and the
one.
mandolin like to be alone, Sliver?
Sliver, can
Yeah,
you have the ability to turn him invisible, right?
sure.
Those children will be watching. When we
Mhm.
leave this, we don't need to be walking out with undead. We need to give the
Okay.
impression that we have cleansed the place.
Well, we got to make sure he's cool with it. What do you say, Frody?
Yeah. Sure.
Just stay near me when you are invisible, so I know where you are.
Can you walk?
Yeah.
The one-time paladin divine sense is going to come in handy.
Well, I've got blind fighting, so I can also detect when he's within 10 feet of me. That too. Yep. Nice combination.
So really quickly, because I know there's some children still watching, I'm going to cast the light spell like 2 or 3 times just to make it flash through the windows, kind of show up that we're doing something,
Got it.
and
Yep, and then I'll make him invisible. Oh,
we can
hold still,
exfiltrate.
Frody.
All right.
I play one little note. That was the first note from that classic "Something Smells Like Fish."
So you turn him invisible, and he disappears.
Well, now we
But-
know it smells like fish.
but-
Fucking
but-
Frody.
And you see like the flies become visible and invisible as they move on and off of his body, so you can kind of tell where he is at all times, but only if you know.
He's like Pigpen. Just
Yes, exactly. It's just the swirl of the flies. So he says, "Okay, I'm ready. One last adventure."
Great.
Shall we go to the fish camp?
Absolutely. How far is it? Is it just a walk, or do we need a ride, or?
No, it's just a walk.
Okay.
I just realized that Sacred Flame could be used on insects. It's any creature, so
Any
you could
creature.
just a bug zap.
Yep.
That's what Tarlin does at the Bright Vagabond next to the trash cans. Zap, 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 zap.
Mr. Brights, you want to go tell them over at the left boot that we have cleansed their home?
I'll run
Or should
over
we
there
all go
and I'll meet back up with you.
Okay. I'm gonna stay here. Stay here with Frody. Mr. Frody, it's so cool to hang out with you.
I'm over here.
Oh, hey. I knew that.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to the left boot and say that we're the undead presence of Flynn has been removed from the house.
As you come back, you're standing there, and the barkeep has come out into the street with the kids that had come back, and the barkeep's standing there, and you say that, and the barkeep just looks at the cow, and the cow just nods. He goes, all right then.
What's going on here?
Yeah, that. What?
I'm sorry.
Can you speak?
You said it to the cow?
I'm looking at the cow like,
The
can you understand
bartender.
me?
The bartender's like, I just spoke to you.
No, the cow.
Oh no, the cow doesn't speak. It's a cow.
But it nodded at you.
Well, yeah.
So it understands you.
It didn't speak a word, Justin.
It didn't understand me. It understood him.
Huh?
The house is fine. You might need I recommend some rose petals or something for the smell. There might be some flies, but the undead presence is gone, and it's safe to. The town is safe.
They need an abuela, is what they need.
Not even to understand you and your weird cow situation. I'm just going to leave that well enough alone. You enjoy that. I'm going to...
We're supposed to be
here.
looking low, so I'm not going to get into the cow situation.
Yes, that's the mystery that we
That's
probably...
the line.
Yeah.
That's how the Myriad gets you, is the cow.
That was the horses.
All right, so you're all set and done. You're on your way.
We'll be back. We want to go say a few things over the grave and then make sure that it's secure. Not for any dangerous reasons, but for a religious rite.
Well, should we all participate?
No, that's not necessary. I think you guys should stay here and toast to the memory of Flynn. Maybe play some of his songs. It might help him rest.
I don't think anybody's good enough to play his songs around here, but
Neither was he.
probably not. All right. So
Thank you. And let's go, Garrick.
Yep. It was a little harsh, don't you think, Tarlin?
I'm not okay with him being undead.
I'm not either, but the whole point of what we're doing here is trying to get him to be regular dead again, so it's not his fault.
I didn't agree to that. I'm going along with it. I don't like it.
No,
I'd rather just the mandolin be the mandolin. It's an object.
Yeah, but there's obviously more to it than that.
I do know of
Really?
other ways to put people back to rest.
If the mandolin getting stolen is what caused him to wake up, yeah, there's something more to this. That's not normal.
I think this goes way deeper than two yokels in a fish camp, but we'll see.
Officer, we've had a doozy of a day.
Let's head to a fish camp.
Yep,
That
Right.
will probably smell like fish.
I would think so.
Absolutely. On your way, he will say, "Now these two are not the sharpest knives in the drawer. If you know what I mean."
Yeah, something about him's a little fishy, for sure.
So, one of them's name is Mackerel Mudbottom,
Got white better.
and the other one is Trout Bonanza.
And these are the real names?
Yeah.
Mackerel Mudbottom and Trout Bonanza.
Yep.
I think that's way better than Sassafras. Sliver, I think Trout Bonanza is.
These guys know how to make stage names.
I'm offended. I really like Sarsaparilla Silvertongue.
Don't get me wrong, it's good, but it is no Trout Bonanza.
I know Trout Bonanza, and you, sir, are no Trout Bonanza.
I mean, you could change it up and still keep the alliteration. Just call yourself Salmon Silvertongue.
Salmon.
Or
Nah.
Sass Silvertongue.
Oh, come on. You don't get it. I'll keep thinking.
Sharky?
Wait till you see the people go nuts over it.
Okay.
I've got the spell, you see.
So, other than not being the sharpest in the drawer, what else can you tell us about mackerel and trout?
Well,
They're
they're both
just-
members of the family.
They're just kind of they're the kind of guys that like fall in and out of trouble without meaning to. They don't make the best life choices, but they don't really mean no harm.
I feel that.
Are you gonna hurt them? Is the plan to do anything to them, or just to get old Madeline?
Just want my axe back.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to avoid violence if at all possible. I'm sure we can talk them into just giving us the mandolin, right?
Why not? I mean, we can just either make them or make them want to give it back to us in many ways.
I'm sorry. In every other instance of us doing anything, the primary thing you all want to do is surreptitiously steal something. Why is this not on the table here?
Because I don't know if these people have actually done anything wrong, and I don't want to put them in harm's way if they are innocent souls who just made a bad decision.
They stole something. We stake it back.
They robbed my grave.
They did, but what I'm saying is they may not have done it with a nefarious purpose. We need to find out why they did it first. I mean, it's not like if we find out that the reason they took the mandolin is because they think that it'll help them summon like a world-ending demon, then yes, we take care. But it could have been just something innocent. Maybe they wanted something of yours because they missed you. We don't know why they did it.
He says, "That's true, but I would think that men of your background would not take too kindly to grave robbing."
Oh no, you're absolutely correct. I don't take too kindly to grave robbing. but I also try to hopefully, if somebody does not give me a reason to think that they did things with ill intent, I am not going to assume they did. I've
Well,
seen both ends of that.
Frody, is there something about Sweet Madeline, your little Mandeline, that makes it like super valuable, or anything somebody would get it for other than to play?
And he says, I'll let you know a little secret.
There it is.
Yep, here it is. Yep.
That axe is why I became so famous.
Oh.
It has magical properties.
Oh. And wait a minute. Does taking it, are you like bound to it like forever? Your soul is part of that mandolin?
I mean, isn't every musician bound to their instrument?
Answer the question.
Yeah, please answer that question for us.
I
We
mean,
need to know what we're dealing with.
I'm being honest.
I think what Sliver is asking you is, did you perform a ritual? Did you sort of some kind of, I don't know, rite to actually bind yourself magically or through some kind of ceremony to this instrument beyond what musicians being tied to their instrument normally means?
You know, like at a crossroads in the pale moonlight.
Exactly.
Well, there was this one duel I did. No. He says, I mean, it was gifted to me by a powerful wizard.
And did you promise the wizard anything?
No.
Did you get
He
the
just
wizard's
gave it to you.
name?
The wizard's name. I don't know his name.
Stiltskin.
Why'd he give it to you? Did you earn it in some cool way? Yeah, I bet you did. You
Or some
probably
kind of-
did the coolest stuff, and people just gave you magical items all the time.
Well, you know, when you're famous and stuff, you know, the
Yeah,
drinks,
yeah.
the drinks and the
Sure.
free meals and the free hotel and the, you know,
Absolutely.
it's the whole lifestyle.
So you guys know that scene in Thor Ragnarok just before he goes apeshit on the bridge where electricity starts like just showing up on his body? That's what's happening to Tarlin's holy symbol. It just starts having little radiant bursts. Like he's getting closer and closer to just turning undead.
Oh, and Garrick's hand is on his rapier hilt. That's for sure.
So what do you say we mug 2 yokels and take a mandolin back?
I mean,
That sounds like my kind of night.
All right. So you make your way up. You see a lopsided wooden hut on 4 wooden stilts next to a sandy shore of a shallow river. There's 2 halflings in overalls. One is next to the hut feeding a carrot to a mule, while the other's in the middle of the river, about waist deep, messing with a broken, looks to be some sort of trap, like fishing trap.
well, Sliver, I think that's your cue.
Sure. All right. All right. Oh, okay.
I'm glad you didn't say it was kids' cue. A very different scene was going to play out.
Blowgun darts.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. Splash.
Corpse floating down the river. Oh no.
Hang
Just
tight,
walk in and
folks.
slit throats.
Let's see. I'm going to turn my cape into.
It's a Frody concert T-shirt.
No,
Tour dates
I'm
on the
gonna
back.
make it. I'm gonna make myself look like a merchant or something. And now, is it nighttime or daytime?
It's daytime.
Daytime. All right. I'm going to change my face a little bit with makeup, make myself look a little older. I need a bigger, heavier kind of backpack or something that looks full. Here, guys, shove all your crap into my backpack and make it really bulgy. Give me a blanket or a pair of shoes or something. Yeah, there. Good.
Yeah, I have ball bearings and other assorted
stuff.
dungeoneering pack bullshit, you know.
I actually have an extra set of clothes. I'll put that in there.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
You can't have my cap of water breathing, though.
Well,
Never leaves my...
I wouldn't even ask. Ooh, we're right by a river. You could actually use it for once.
Actually, it would be kind of amusing to scare the shit out of trout or mackerel, whichever one.
Amphibious
now,
assault.
Here's my plan, guys. You help me adjust it. I'm going to go in as a merchant and try to sell some stuff. I'm going to try to get their attention and charm these guys and make them feel like they really like me. And then ask them if they have anything they want to sell, and I'll try to just buy it off of them at first. If not, I'll just knock them senseless, or you guys slip in. Kid, you're going to be right behind me, right? Just in case. And Miss Ashrina, you could...
I'll be nearby.
Okay. Yeah, if my approach doesn't work, then we'll do things another way. Frody, you good? You're still invisible? You're right here somewhere?
How long does invisibility last?
I think an hour. Let me check. Yeah, an hour. I could do it again if I need to.
It's up to you.
Well, how long's it been, roughly?
I mean, it's probably been about 40 minutes or so.
He's fine. If he appears in the midst of them, no problem. All right, let's go. So
Can we go to that other plan we already had where we were just going to give them heart attacks?
Right. I'll be pretending like this backpack is super heavy. It kind of is for me. And I'll walk up whistling. When I see him, when they see me, I'm going to say, well, hello there, fellas. My name is Cameron Corkscrew. Welcome. Good to see ya. Let's see here now. What's going on this fine day? And I walk closer and closer. Are they doing anything?
I was like, trying to feed this mule, he won't eat.
Well, I might just have something to help you here. I got all kinds of stuff. I got remedies. I got shoes. I'm a traveling salesman, and I know we can trade around here.
You got any crawfish traps?
Well, I sure might, and if I ain't, I got the wire and the string that can fix them right up. What you say there? What you in the mood for? I got some fine boots. Look like your feet could stand to wear some boots every once in a while.
Boots are just getting wet in the river.
Well, yeah, but sometimes you got to walk on that hard road. I got a couple blankets up in here. I'm sure it gets cold sometimes at night. What you in the mood for? What do you need?
Got any candy?
Well, I think I just might. Let's see. Hang on, please.
Or we have some apple pie.
Well, I don't think I actually have candy, but I might have something. Candy. No, I don't. I pull out a casino uniform, though. Well, I don't have any candy with me at the moment, but I got this fine uniform. Think of what the girls would say if, and I pull out this casino uniform I stole a long time ago. What do you think about that?
We don't need no fancy clothes out here.
Well, you never can tell. I tell you what.
That looks uncomfortable.
I also buy things. Ooh, I tell you what I'm going to do to sweeten the pot.
You want to buy a
play you a
mule?
little.
You want to buy a mule that won't eat carrots?
Well, I'm sure that mule eats something. Look how big and strong that mule looks. Probably an old withered up nag, but I don't care. I tell you what, let me play you a little song just to make things all comfortable around here. And I pull out my yarding and I start to yard. I am going to say, now when I play this here song, this is a famous song. This song's by one of the men that I have always admired, come from around these parts. You may have heard of him. Name is something Dartwild. I think it's old Flynn Dartwild. Does that ring a bell? Anyway, it's called Them Folks There. It's about these fishermen on the river. You probably know this song.
When you say his name, they both just kind of look at each other. What are you getting at, mister?
I'm getting at a song. Watch. Now, when I play this song, there's going to be fancy lights are happening. I can make these lights come out of my fingers. Just watch. But I will buy that mule. How much you want for that mule? Tell you what. I play you a fine song you won't forget. And you take 5 silvers for that mule.
I tell you what. I'll sell you the mule for 3 silver if you don't play the song.
What? Why?
Not big music fans.
Oh, you...
Brody, ask
I
them
do
why
not-
they took the mandolin. Ask them why they took the mandolin.
Are you saying that in my
No,
ear or something?
I'm whispering to Frody to say that.
Oh.
He says, I'm invisible. I thought I was supposed to be hiding.
No, only hiding from the kids. You can talk to them. I want them to hear your voice.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out why they took your mandolin.
All right. 3 silver for the mule. I think I can handle that. I dig in my purse and I take out 3 silver. Will it follow me or do I need to lead it?
You probably need to lead it. He's stubborn as hell.
Oh. Poor mule. Tell you what. I'm going to make it 5 just because I like you boys. And I start handing 5 and I drop one on the ground on purpose accidentally. And as they're picking it up, I strum and play hypnotic pattern.
Is that concentration?
That is a concentration.
Okay, so the undead bard becomes visible.
Oh, shit. I did not think that through.
Honestly, this may work out great.
Go ahead and cast on them, or is it a saving throw? What is it?
I create a twisting pattern of colors that weaves through the air, 30-foot cube. Each creature in the area, including that mule, must make a wisdom save. On a failed save, he becomes charmed and is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Well, mackerel fails.
Is Mackerel the one in the river, or is he the one?
Mackerel's the one in the river. Trout also fails.
Weird, they didn't have high wisdoms. Strange.
Didn't see that coming.
The mule just looks at you.
Now that's a good mule. I'd
Stubborn.
lean my backpack over his back and I'd say, "All right, folks, we can collect our mandolin."
So, what is the effect of hypnotic pattern?
Yep, they are staring at this effect I created. They're charmed for up to 1 minute, and they're
Okay.
incapacitated and unable to move.
All right. So they're just staring at whatever
Mm-hmm.
pattern you created.
Yeah, I pat the mule on the back, load my backpack on him, and try to get him to follow me. Come
All
on,
right.
little mule.
Make me an animal handling.
It's a good thing I am good at everything. Doesn't mean shit. I rolled a 6.
Mule doesn't budge.
I climb on his back anyway.
So I couldn't help but notice that a mule is not a mandolin.
Right? Didn't you hear me? I said, come get the mandolin.
Yeah.
All right, I'll climb off the mule and go in the house and look for the mandolin.
Then go on.
All right, Frody, come help me.
Do it.
Frody's visible. He can help me come root through this house, right?
I'm gonna just take some rope out of my backpack and just tie the hands of Tweedledee and Tweedle Dumbass there
Okay.
while they're incapacitated and charmed.
Why didn't I think of that?
Right. So you tie them up. You guys begin to search the house. Eventually, the minute passes and they break out of the effect. They're like, "Hey, what the hell?" And they see.
And I'm just standing over them, kind of like leaning insouciantly, with like my hand on my sword. You know what I mean? Just standing over top of them,
and
looking down at them.
there's no sign of a mandolin in the house whatsoever. And Frody comes out and he goes, "It's not here." And when he comes out, they're like, "Oh my god!"
Now you see
what
here,
you
boys,
did?
we need to have a chat.
What in the hell's going on?
Well, I just wanted to try out my new spell on you, that's all. It worked. But we came for his mandolin that you apparently took, because he knows he can feel it. You woke him up, and that probably don't make you feel too good.
Where's it now?
Well, we gave it to Scythian. Scythian has it.
Who? What was the name?
Scythian.
Scythian.
Scythian. Okay. Who is that?
He runs a conservatory.
Suppose we should pay him a visit then.
Where's the conservatory?
It's upriver.
Okay, good.
Did he?
Why'd you take the mandolin?
Because we were paid 20 gold to take the mandolin and bring it to Scythian.
Scythian's the one that set that up. It wasn't your idea.
No, why would we? We wouldn't know what the hell to do with that thing.
Brody, does that name sound familiar to you?
Says no.
Hey, Frody. I'm gonna keep just keep in this dialect here, Frody. If this old fella, this Scythian fella, has a holt of Madeline, does he have a holt over you at the same time?
I don't think so.
Well, all right then.
Well,
I guess we should pay him a visit.
we can head up to the conservatory while Flounder and Trout catch up with their old buddy Frody.
It's a wonderful.
That's Frody.
Yeah.
Oh man, we screwed up.
Indeed.
Yes, you did.
We were just doing a job. We were picking olives for this guy at the conservatory, and then the crops went bad and sour, and he didn't have any more work for us. But then he said he would pay us to retrieve this lute or mandolin or whatever this instrument was from this gravesite.
How did he even know?
Your neighbors in Toad Hop ain't gonna be too happy. They don't like grave robbers.
Well, we were just taking. We didn't disturb anything. We just took a.
I point to Frodo and go,
Brody disagrees.
all evidence to the contrary.
I mean, you think we knew that would happen?
No, I mean, probably not, but you did rob a grave of somebody who was trying to rest, took a personal item of theirs that could make their spirit a little restless, so
Dithian might have known.
you had to have.
Well, I mean, he's a famous musician. He runs a conservatory. He trains lots of students.
There you go. Miss Ashrina, you want to take hold of this here mule? She's a good girl. Good cart puller.
I love animals. And I pull out another apple.
Oh, now you're talking. The mule sniffs, comes right up to you.
I give him little chin scritches.
Hey, fish
First-
boy, what's this mule's called?
Sparkles.
There you go.
Oh,
That
there
is
we
this
go.
mule's name now.
The mule seems
All right,
to,
fish.
to approve.
Robin. So my
Now
mule's
y'all
name
be
is
good.
Seraph, and you have Sparkles.
Yeah.
Y'all stop robbing graves, or we gonna come back.
Well, yeah, of course. We've been up to that conservatory. We could tell you about it.
Well, heck yeah, maybe you should walk along with us. Show us a couple things.
Oh, we don't want to go up there with you. And they just kind of look at Fruity.
Telling us about it would be fine.
Could I have use of my hands?
Do you need them to talk?
Well, I can show you if I had my hands.
Insight check.
Right. What are they going to show us?
A map. A little
He's gonna
Draw
just
map.
throw me some drawing.
15.
Nat 1. That's a 4.
He obviously wants to use his hands to show you something.
I will pull my dagger out, Ashrina's dagger, really, and I will cut the bonds. And then I will just kind of like stand there probably too close to him with the dagger still unsheathed.
If you try any funny business, I'm going to make sure that Sparkle shits on you.
So he
Let that happened already.
Mm.
Looks like it.
That's Frody.
That's true.
says, "Let me show you what the place looks like." And he goes down to his knees and he starts digging in the sand at the edge of the water.
He's gonna build a sandcastle?
And he makes you a sandcastle description of what the conservatory looks like.
Holy shit. Amazing.
Damn,
I
you're the
don't care
best
what else-
sandcastle builder ever.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't care what happens for the rest of the day. That was worth it.
He's
takes
got that little.
It takes him about 20 minutes to make it, and he's really proud of it when he's done. And he says, I mean, you can walk around it and see what's going on here. I could kind of talk you through it. There's 4 floors counting the roof. Here's the outer doors. That's a double door in front. The back door leads to the kitchen. believe they're good, sturdy oak doors. They bar them shut at night time. The windows, they latch those from the inside too. We might have checked, And he kind of nods. And he goes, now, those there on the roof, those are skylights. You can see through there to the third floor. That's where they keep all the fancy instruments. I think that's where Scythian stays too, up there.
Question.
Yeah.
You said the skylights you can see down to the third floor?
Yeah, I think he said the roof was the 4th floor.
Correct.
Okay.
So what are those things on the corners that look like little claws that you put up there?
It's one of those inflatable men.
His little
Wacky wailing arm
Oh no!
flailing inflatable human.
He's like got a stick there. He's like, oh no, that's the chimney. That's supposed to be smoke.
Oh, that's great creative licensing there.
Yeah, very well done.
Thanks.
You said this was a school?
Yeah, how many students?
Let's see. What does he know?
And do you have to be accepted into said school?
It's the same way that you have to be invited into a museum.
Get a letter through your little
I'm
mail
just
slot.
saying, you three are actual children, and we could probably pass for children.
It's offensive, but accurate.
It is. It is. I've lived my entire life as being assumed that I'm a child.
I'm in my 20s.
I thought you were like 19.
I'm 19.
Oh. I apologize then. You're
And-
kind of nondescript. It's hard to tell how old you are.
That's fair.
And Trout, I think you're wasting your time as a fisherman. I think you could be an actual artisan. You could sell, like if you made these out of clay, you could sell them.
Absolutely. I was thinking the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I mean, who
In fact, if
thinks
you
to put
build-
skylights in a chicken sandcastle? That's insane.
Made out of rocks?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just do what I see, Like,
So you don't want to be rich?
no, I do want to be rich.
You should look into becoming an artisan and marketing these things. I come from a long-standing history of merchants, and I can tell you right now, they would go crazy for this kind of decoration up in Whitestone.
Oh,
I've
all
got a
right.
cart. I can sell I could sell your product for 40% of the cut.
Yeah, but the problem is, it's just sand. It's just going to fall apart.
No, if you make it out of clay.
Oh,
Make it out of clay and then use an oven to heat it so it solidifies.
Or wood if you're good at woodworking.
Haven't tried that.
He only works in one particular oeuvre.
Mackerel says, I believe there were 4 students there. They reside at the conservatory. They're all rich nobles. Families sent them there to study music. There's Wiley. Wiley plays strings and can sing. But I think she left to go to her dad's birthday party or something. Embry is a composer and plays the horn. Mazia plays the flute. And Mitchik plays drums and harpsichord. They're all good-natured kids. Somebody had asked about students. How many students?
What
so
was
that's
the last
1,
name?
2, 3, 4 students?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Frody,
Shout out to the H8 Raiders. Thanks, Raiders.
you've never heard of the Scythian before?
Who, me?
No,
Frody.
Frody.
No. And Trout says, "Oh yeah, Scythian. He's one of them tieflings, blue skin, horns. He's not real likable. He kind of."
Well, clearly, if he's paying grave robbers, it doesn't seem very likable to me.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you ever meet someone who's just not nice ever?
Yes.
That's him.
Hey,
Oh, it's not you. Trust me.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense because he's rich. Like, what's a rich guy got to not be happy about, right? Like, why are they always angry? It doesn't make sense.
and
Well-
you break that tradition by being rich yourself and showing people how to be happy. In this 12-step program, I would like to go through
Listen,
market these sandcastles.
not even just sandcastles, clay castles, wood castles. I'm just saying, I've got the market, and I will sell your wares for 40% of the cut.
And, I mean, I could try. Mackerel says, yeah, Scythian's got that friend of his that came too. Joster.
Joster?
Yeah. He's another one of them tiefling types. He's got red skin, though, and yellow horns and this real, really, raspy, smoky voice. He
Ooh, the
kinda-
kind of voice that you want someone to read you a bedtime story.
Maybe. He doesn't do much though. He just hangs around the estate, and sometimes he dabbles in painting and stuff. He's not a musician, but he should.
Scythian, the teacher?
Yeah, he runs the place. He said his friend Joster showed up shortly after the orchard of olives that we were picking died off. And he told him that
Sure.
he should open up the place to students and learn music. So that's when he switched over and opened it as a conservatory.
So you don't need an invitation to go to school there.
It recently became a school for music?
Yeah.
So he was so the guy was like, my olives have died. Hey, I'm going to teach music now.
Yeah.
Was he good at music before
Yeah, there.
Brody died?
I don't know. He was our boss and we picked olives for him.
I apologize for the multiple questions. I'm just trying to get the timeline in order. The olives died before you stole the mandolin,
Yes.
Yes.
and the olives died before Joster showed up.
Let me see. Yeah. He
Okay.
showed up. He showed up right after.
So did
Did
Cynthia ask you
Joster
to-
show up before or after the mandolin was stolen?
Before.
Got it.
Mhm.
And it wasn't a conservatory until you stole the mandolin?
I guess it was an olive farm.
It
I
was.
just mean he didn't open it to he didn't open it to students and then tell you to steal the mandolin. You stole the mandolin and then he opened a conservatory.
I would track with what Frody told us. Honestly.
We were picking olives. The olive crop died off. And then he told us to go steal this mandolin. I don't know when he started recruiting students. I just know that when we brought the mandolin back, there were 4 students there.
Hey, Frody, if this guy's got a hold of your mandolin, what can he do with it now?
Oh, well, it's a pretty powerful item. It has several abilities.
Are any of them dangerous to us?
Well, I mean, what do you mean by dangerous?
Well,
Brody, you
I
said
mean, if
one more adventure, which implies that you had been on adventures before. So, did you use this mandolin on those adventures, much like our friend Sliver here uses his yarding?
Oh, yeah.
Magical properties and all. So, those are the kinds of things we're thinking about when we think about being harmful to us, the kinds of things you might do to, say, a.
Oh, no. I mean, no, not at all. It's these were things that would help me. Like, you know how you turn me invisible? Well, I could do that with this mandolin.
Who else knew about that?
I mean, some of the folks I adventured with.
Any of them tieflings?
No.
Only the folks you adventure with would known about the properties of this mandolin.
Unless, I mean, I guess.
Hey Scott, can I make a history check to try and recall any legendary mandolin magical items?
Sure.
A legendary mandolin of Stevie Ray Gnome.
Um, yes, you would have
17.
heard. You would have heard of a Canalaith mandolin, which is a legendary instrument of the bards. It's a very rare item. It requires attunement. It allows you to cast fly, invisibility, levitate, protection from evil and good, cure wounds, dispel magic, and protection from energy.
So I will kind of list off what those do and be asking Frody, could it make you fly?
Yeah,
Could
and
it
he
heal
would
people?
totally yes.
Yep. Alright, so it's a Canlith mandolin. It's definitely magical. Legendary.
Brody,
And
what did
he
this wizard that gave you the mandolin look like?
He describes him. He had, flowing blondish hair, uh, human male, middle-aged.
Okay.
that's an amazing gift. You
Begonias?
must have really earned it.
He wasn't that magnanimous.
Fair. Well, it sounds like we are going to have to break into a conservatory and steal a weird magic mandolin. Cool. Good. We're supposed to be laying low here in Toad Spit, so this is going great.
Toad Hop. It's Toad Hop.
Nobody cares.
Frody just kind of, nobody really cares.
Listen, when I play these Frody songs for you, kid, you're going to care. You're never going to forget Toad Hop. That's where all these songs came from. Pink is my favorite color. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Barbie the Barbarianess. Come on. Some of these things are got to be ringing a bell. Lusty Lasses Ahoy? Really?
Sorry,
Oh,
my
once
brain
for a
just,
twice
I
tonight?
literally, my entire train of thought just uncoiled and derailed. I just have nothing for Barbie the Barbarianess. Like, absolutely no response to that.
This
Nothing.
sounds. These song titles all sound like bards at night. Like this sounds
Oh,
like the kind
jeez.
of bard show that goes on like in the wee hours at the taverns.
Oh, they're really good songs.
I don't
Ashrina,
know.
you've heard a once or a twice tonight, right?
No,
No? Dang. How about
probably
the
not.
silver's gone, go for the gold?
You know, I've got a really bad memory. It comes with old age.
I have heard of that one. That one was
Yeah,
very
the silver's
popular.
gone, go for the gold. Yep, so many.
Pause. Jack, how are you coming up with all of these?
I'm writing them down all game. I'm just making them up.
Okay, I was like, is he taking like an actual musician's songbook and just changing the names? It's like, am
No,
I
I'm
missing
making 'em up.
something? Well, if you're just making them up on the
That's fun
spot,
for
you
me.
are a genius.
Thank you.
Because me, I'm trying to like, okay, what is that song? Like, what performer is he? Like, these aren't Hootie and the Blowfish songs. I thought that was the joke.
Well, I couldn't think of any good ones to write down, so I made them all up.
So like, so I think we're kind of really scared of this guy, and we don't really want to be around him much anymore. Are we allowed to go now? We've told you everything.
I think we're gonna go. This is your shack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't you
But
happy
we are
to see your
taking
old friend
you.
Frody?
Not really.
Oh, I mean, but you guys were so instrumental in making sure that this reunion happened.
Instrumental.
Was that a pun? Was that a pun?
Good night, everybody.
I'm so glad.
Oh.
Thank you for catching that.
They're like, look, we're never going to rob any graves again, no matter what we do.
Insight check.
You don't need to insight if they're being
Natural 20.
He mostly believes that, but he could be convinced to rob a grave again.
Listen here, buddy. You better not rob any more fucking graves for the rest of your entire life. Or else me and Sparkle are going to come back and I'm going to let Sparkle just stomp on you.
Wow.
Wow. That's really kind of cold.
So is robbing graves. Let people die in peace.
Yeah, says Frody. And they kind of jump back.
Also, seriously, look into marketing this.
Yeah, no, he's right. That's really awesome.
We'll pass back by, and Ashrina's gonna hook you
Well,
up.
no, like with one hand, we're like, I'm gonna come back and irretrievably and irrevocably fuck your whole world up if you ever do this again. But also, you're incredibly talented. You're
Hey, two things can be true.
Exist. Yeah.
They are feeling oddly admonished and supported at the same time.
That's how you should. That's how you should live life.
So they feel like teenagers.
Yes.
Yes.
Very, very confused. They are very confused.
Shout out to Corin, the teenager.
I just
Corin's not a teenager.
Is he not a teenager anymore?
He's like
No, he's
20,
not.
isn't he?
Yeah, he's
I'm
trying.
old, guys.
Yeah.
You?
that gray in your beard says that's true.
I mean, not to derail it, but I'm going a lot gray.
Yeah.
I have this
You can
blonde in my
shut
red.
your
and it's
mouth.
all- it all hides in here. All my grays hide in my nice blonde red.
I have nothing nice to say, so I won't say anything at all.
I'm getting the Doctor Strange temples.
Nice.
So, I mean,
Yes, Amanda, you're young and beautiful and have great hair.
that is died.
Hey, born like this naturally.
Wow. Wow.
Listen, we can't all have luscious locks, Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
At least
Some of us
five
have boring hair colors.
Hey now.
The hair is the only
So
thing
I
I got
just-
going for me. So
Just point of order, like it's probably not going to be very sneaky to bring a decomposing corpse into this conservatory.
a musician
So
that's decomposing. There's a joke that writes itself. Sorry.
Yeah,
I just think that maybe stashing Frody in the fish camp isn't the worst idea. I mean, if mackerel and trout want to go ahead and fuck off for a little while, that's fine. But this kind of seems like a really good place to stash Frody.
are there two houses or an outhouse or something?
I'm just saying, like, these two, we are usually the consequences for people's actions. And so in this case, the consequences for these actions might very well be having to babysit an old friend for a little while.
Yeah, that's what I'm
True.
saying. Is there a second house or a shed or a stable that Sparkle used to live in?
You want us to keep track of him?
I mean, you brought him back.
Yeah, what you did is kind of responsible for him being here, so I think that's fair.
What does he
I can
eat?
tell you about some of the other consequences that people have received.
Does he eat carrots?
I think he
You
doesn't
can
eat
ask
it all.
him. He can talk to you.
You can have a
He eats
conversation with
crawfish.
him.
It's just awkward. He's dead.
Not from. Clearly not.
Technically, not.
Yet
He can stay here.
we weren't asking
Oh,
permission.
you thought we were asking. Cute.
So cute.
All right. Frody looks at you all and says, I appreciate this, friends. If you don't return, I will... Hell, I don't know what I'll do.
You'll
Will
probably
avenge us.
wander the earth forevermore, unable to rest. So hope we come back.
All right.
So now we head to a conservatory.
Sounds like it.
All right,
Yep.
so you make your way, and you come up the river to this field. You see perfect depiction that sandcastle was, as you recognize this conservatory at once. It is a brooding keep surrounded by rows of dead olive trees. A long, straight cobblestone driveway in need of repair passes through the orchard on its way to the conservatory, forming a loop before the entrance, where the driveway meets the main road. Someone has posted a plain wooden sign that reads as follows: Skaldarang Conservatory, school for the musically gifted. No tours, no solicitors, no amateurs. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Garrick pats Sliver on the back. Well, you're up.
I'm still an amateur, though. I
Have you
haven't
ever-
actually earned money.
That's
You've
not
never
true.
earned-
You performed at the Bright
That's not true
Vagabond.
at all.
You
Your birthday.
debuted at the Bright Vagabond.
You made like 11
Yeah, but you
silver.
You made a killing.
Yeah, but Mrs. Shrina was forcing him to throw money
You
at
don't
me.
know that at all. I wasn't forcing anybody to do anything.
All right,
You
then.
still made money.
I'm
that
a
makes
pro.
you professional. That's correct.
Which one
Are
of
we
Frody's
his
songs should I
entourage?
start with?
Yes. Or his roadies.
Nice.
I'm his
Yeah.
security.
I was gonna say, I feel like the stabbing twin should be security.
That makes sense.
Am I his moral compass?
We have one of those.
I hold his pipe weed.
Are you the agent?
you're
you can
my
be the
man.
I was
agent.
just saying,
that
the
keeps him out of
manager.
trouble.
You stash the pipe weed. That sounds right. We got the cleric to stash the pipe weed.
All right, everybody. That'll wrap us up for the night. Thanks for watching. We are Dicey Decisions. Look for us next week doing a dorky decisions on Friday night of some kind as we take a little break while some folks are out of town. And coming up on November 12th, which is a Sunday, look for our Author Adventures series where we have 5 fantasy authors playing their main characters through a D&D one-shot for the first time. Super excited for that. And
Jack is taking over for DMing because I will be on a work trip to Chicago. So thank you, Jack, for covering my ass because apparently it went out.
It did not work out schedule-wise. So, but thank you both for your efforts in that regard. All right, everybody.
Absolutely.
Have a good night.
Night.
Bye, Puffy Scott.
Bye.